shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio, All Hazards, the voice of the National Weather Service. This is station KIG 79, broadcasting from the National Weather Service office near Nashville. This broadcast is in cooperation with the Metropolitan Nashville Office of Emergency Management and the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency. Here is the forecast for Nashville, Greenbrier, Gladeville, Thompson Station, White Bluff, and surrounding areas. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Flood watch in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Tornado watch 3 in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Rest of today, cloudy. Chance of showers and thunderstorms late in the morning, then showers and thunderstorms late in the afternoon. Some thunderstorms may produce heavy rainfall late in the morning. Some thunderstorms may be severe with heavy rainfall in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 70s. Temperatures falling into the 60s in the afternoon. Southwest winds 15 to...
Alrighty guys, we're going to go ahead and get on into the stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Happy New Year's to you guys out there. Obviously, you know, we decided to go a little bit early here on the stream because we actually do have some tornado warnings currently going off. We've actually been dealing with some severe weather already. We've already had some severe weather reports, guys. We're already dealing with some activity in regard to severe weather. So, let's just go ahead and get on into it. You know, there's really... not much time we can waste here. So we do have a few tornado warnings currently in effect, as well as the severe thunderstorm warnings as well. Tornado warnings are here in the red area. So we'll actually go ahead and drop down to the, basically towards the Tennessee area here. We'll actually go and take a look here at the KOHX. So we do have a tornado warning that's in effect for bits of Dixon, I should say. Bits of Burns, White Bluff, Lies, as well as bits of Nunnally, I guess you pronounce that. So we actually do have a tornado warning that's currently in effect for these areas here. So in terms of this warning, this is basically showing that tornado warning remains in effect until 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time. This is 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So this has about 17 minutes left. So this is showing at 12:38 p.m. a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 11 miles northwest of Centerville, moving to the east at 70 miles per hour. Hazard does include a tornado. This is a radar indicated threat, showing that the radar has picked up rotation inside of this thunderstorm. Impact flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. And this dangerous storm will be near Burns around 12:55 p.m. Central Time. You know, basically, that's basically what we're dealing with in terms of this. So like I said, this is a radar indicated threat. This is basically showing that radar has picked up rotation inside the thunderstorm, in which, honestly, a tornado could drop. So the EAS is already starting to go off, guys. We're already seeing a lot of this go off. So let's go and listen to the EAS and see what this has to say about this.
Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm.
Okay, another severe thunderstorm warning.
Northwestern Maury County in Middle Tennessee, northwestern Williamson County in Middle Tennessee, Hickman County in Middle Tennessee, until 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 12:43 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 13 miles northeast of Linden, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source,
there it is right there.
Indicated. Impact. Expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Centerville, Santa Fe, Prince Springs, Laos, and Nunnally. This includes Interstate 840 between mile markers 6 and 17. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee.
Alrighty, guys. So you heard it there. I'm going to turn us down a little bit. So we actually do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect. This is for bits of Nunnally, Centerville, as well as Duck River. You are inside of the severe thunderstorm. So this is a radar indicated threat showing that 60 mile per hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail is expected with this storm. So like I said, this is a radar indicated threat showing that the radar has picked up potential. This thing is severe. So we did have another tornado warning across the southern part here of Kentucky. This did eventually include bits of Cave City. It is now canceled here. It was actually for bits of Pierce as well as Hayesville, as you can actually see right here, Hayesville. So this has just been canceled, which is obviously good news. This is no longer in effect. However, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect across this area here near Noblik. Basically, what we're expecting from this is actually 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We do have the threat of seeing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts with this storm here, basically in south central parts of Kentucky. Like I said, we do have a tornado warning that's in effect for Dixon, basically across bits of Burns as well as White Bluff. We are inside this tornado warning. Like I said, this is a radar indicated threat, showing that radar has picked up rotation inside this thunderstorm. This will be in effect until I believe 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time, so this will be 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Here you guys are following along with this. So guys, we are dealing with a tornado situation here. This is actually showing that radar has indicated rotation. This is basically just a radar indicated threat, like I was saying. So guys, please be careful. If you know anyone who's impacted by this, please let them know. Because guys, we actually are expecting all modes of weather to occur today. Take a look at this. Storm Prediction Center actually issued a enhanced risk for today. Go ahead and go back here. We actually do have that large enhanced risk across bits of southern, south central parts of Kentucky, bits of central parts of Tennessee, northern parts of Alabama, as well as northern parts here of Mississippi. So we do actually have the threat here for severe weather to occur. We do have a 10% significant chance of seeing tornadoes across the region here, across this area here in yellow. Showing the potential that we actually do have. We actually do have the potential of seeing tornadoes potentially EF2 to EF5. So that's what we're expecting here. We actually do have that even larger tornado risk across the 5% region here, and even larger into this this 2% region. So every single color you do see here, guys, you are in the threat for tornadoes. Really, especially this yellow area. This is showing the highest potential with potentially some pretty big impacts. Like I said, potentially being EF2 and higher. So in terms of damaging winds, we actually do have a wind threat for today. Damaging winds likely potentially over 70 miles per hour being possible. Like we already did see on that radar on that one view. We already do have, a severe thunderstorm that has potential of producing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. So we do have a 30% chance across this area here in red, showing the potential we could see some damaging wind gusts, maybe 60 miles per hour or more across this area here. Obviously, all these areas have a wind threat that's inside of the shaded color, but it just depends on the probability. Like the brown here is a 5% risk, the yellow is a 15% risk, and obviously the highest risk here is across this area here in red. Now, we actually did downgrade the hail risk, which is a good thing. That's one less thing we have to worry about for the most part. However, we still have a minimal hail threat in effect across these area here in the 5%, showing that we have a 5% chance every single 25 miles here of seeing hail 1 inch in diameter and greater across the region. So let's go ahead and take a look here back at the radar. We actually looks like we do have new severe thunderstorm warnings that have just been issued here. One for bits near Greensburg. This is in south central parts of Kentucky. We do have another severe thunderstorm warning that has just been issued. We're going to go ahead and change over to the KHPX radar. This is in pretty much southwestern parts of Kentucky here. So this does include bits of Greensburg, Campbellsville, as well as Elkhorn, basically Nifty, I guess or Nifley, I guess you pronounce that, Mansville, as well as bits of Shitton, as you can see right here in Liberty. So you are inside of this severe thunderstorm warning. Now, what we are expecting in terms of this is 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We are seeing heavy potential for some pretty strong downdrafts. The potential of seeing damaging winds 60 miles per hour or more. This system is moving its way to the northeast, it's moving its way to the east here at 65 miles per hour. So guys, please be careful here. We actually do already have a wind report from this storm here. Several structures, power lines, and look at this. Several structures, power poles, and trees damaged. Mutual aid is responding here. So mutual aid is responding. So guys, we're already seeing some reports from this. We already do have a lot of flood reports from today. We're seeing a lot of flooding ongoing, to a lot of excessive rainfall across the region as well. So not only is severe weather a concern, but also the threat for that's increasing. But also the threat for the potential for flooding as well. So that's just something we have to take. It's just something we have to take consideration. So let's go back to the KOHX radar. This is in central parts here of Alabama, basically the north central parts of Alabama here. So let's go and change over to the storm relative velocity here. This is actually showing that we do have some rotation in the storm, possibly maybe further down the line, maybe being a tornado. It actually does look like that was currently going on there. So we'll just continue monitoring this. There's no tornado warning yet, which is a good thing. But obviously, this is just something we need to continue monitoring because it looks like that there is a little bit of rotation currently going on inside the storm. So we'll just monitor this relatively closely. So, like I said, there was a tornado warning that was in effect just north of this near Dixon, Burns, White Bluff. You're now canceled. You're now out of this tornado warning, which is a good thing. Obviously, this is definitely something you want to hear. So that's essentially what we're dealing with, guys. In terms of that, we actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning across the northeastern part of Kentucky. We'll actually go ahead and change to the KL radar here in terms of things. So we'll take a look at this in regards to this. So we actually do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Petersville, ahead of Grassy, it looks like, Elmerson, bits of Garrison, as well as St. Paul. You are inside of this severe thunderstorm warning here. So the hazards for this does include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Just like I said, this is a radar indicated threat, showing that radar has the potential, showing here the potential we could see some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So let's go and see. Lobelville is going crazy. It's what the E2 guy says. I don't know where exactly Lobelville is located. But all I know is that we do not have any active tornado warnings at the moment. That's a good thing. All those tornado warnings we did have are now canceled. We do have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings here in Kentucky, as well as 1 here in Tennessee. Obviously, the risk is a lot larger than where we do see this. So guys, obviously we need to continue looking at this because we do have this enhanced risk in effect across this region here. So guys, we need to continue monitoring this over the next little bit because things are going down. We do have a lot of reports here of flooding across bits of the Ohio Valley here. A lot of damaging wind reports, as well as we're actually seeing right here. Like I said, we actually are seeing several structures, power poles, and trees damaged. So we're seeing structures that are damaged. We're seeing power poles that have been damaged, as well as trees. Mutual aid is responding. Okay, guys, so this is something that we have to continue looking at here. So we'll go ahead and go back to the radar here real quick, guys. I want to go ahead and take a look here at the other things in regard to this. I want to go ahead and take a look here at the reports so far that we actually seen today in regard to this. So, like I said, we actually do have a tornado watch that's in effect. We'll actually get to that here in a second. But total so far, we don't have any tornado reports, which is a good thing. Obviously, we've had some tornado warnings out, but that's the difference between reported tornadoes and just a warning for the potential of a tornado. We actually do have 5 wind reports here, basically showing that damaging winds have already been reported here. Like we did see just now on the radar view, there was a report here of power poles, basically bits of trees, as well as structures damaged. So that's something we need to look at here. So guys, that's essentially what we're dealing with in terms of that. Like I said, we do have a tornado watch, number 003, that's in effect now. This is our 3rd tornado watch of the year. We actually do have severe thunderstorm watch number 1 here. I do believe this might be canceled. Yeah, this is for 6 o'clock a.m. So this was from yesterday, or from early this morning here. So we only have 1 tornado watch that's currently in effect. This does include bits of this area here. This is tornado watch number 3. This is in effect until 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time. This is 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for you guys out there. So this does include bits of southwestern parts of Tennessee, tracking its way in through south central parts here of Kentucky, showing the potential we could see some tornadoes. So the overall threat for seeing tornadoes is a moderate threat here. We're seeing a moderate threat for seeing tornadoes. Also a moderate threat for seeing tornadoes EF2 and higher across the region. Damaging wind potential is also high, as well as the chance for moderate winds. Likely 70 miles per hour or more is definitely there, guys. As well as the severe hail threat is quite low, and the hail threat for seeing 2-inch hail and greater is also very low. So that's essentially what we're dealing with there, guys. This is just something we need to continue monitoring over the next little bit. So let's go and take a look here back at the radar view. Let's go and do an update real quick. We'll actually do a briefing real quick. It does look like radar is picking up a signature here of maybe some hail, 1.5-inch hail. Obviously, this is higher up in the atmosphere. This is not at the surface. This is about 15,000 feet in the air. So obviously, as you do get closer to the ground, obviously the temperature does heat up, in which the potential for hail growth size is different. So we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This does include bits of Columbia, Garland, as well as Milltown, bits of Gradyville, as well as Kane Valley. You're now inside this severe thunderstorm warning. This is moving its way to the east here at 70 miles per hour. And look at this. Hazards does include golf ball size hail, as well as 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Guys, we're seeing the potential for some pretty crazy storms today. We're already seeing them here. Looks like that severe thunderstorm warning might have just got changed here. Looks like they just extended it. We kind of have a severe thunderstorm interception going on here. We do have another severe thunderstorm warning inside of here. But like I said, areas such as Columbia, Kane Valley, as well as Garland and Milltown, you are inside of a severe thunderstorm warning with basically golf ball size hail. That's even larger. Golf ball size hail, as well as 60 mile per hour wind gusts being a concern. So we're just going to have to continue looking at this, guys. We actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect across the south central parts here of Tennessee. Pretty much the west central parts more. This does include bits of Centerville. Take a look at this. We actually do have some rotation going on here. It does look like there is a little bit of rotation ongoing with this. So, guys, we need to continue looking at this here quite closely, because there's no tornado warning yet, but obviously it looks like there is a bit of rotation currently going on inside the storm right now. So, guys, we need to continue looking at this, because this is probably going to go warm here anytime soon. Because it looks like there is a bit of rotation currently going on inside this storm. So that's basically what we're dealing with there. We actually have five severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. 4 here for Kentucky, as well as 1 for Tennessee here. basically the threat here for severe weather. We're currently seeing that ongoing. So, but that's not all, guys. Like I was saying, we do have the overall threat of seeing severe weather across this area here. Enhanced risk. This is a relatively large area of seeing severe weather. I mean, if you guys are in the dark green and the yellow, especially the orange, you do have the threat for severe weather for today. Now, guys, like I said, if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the chat below. I'll try to get to it as quick as I can, guys. Let's go and see. Rain says, "Where's Eli?" I don't know what you mean by that, Rain. But guys, like I said, we are seeing the threat for all types of severe weather for today. I'll go and go back to the radar view here. We'll actually go ahead and brief all these severe thunderstorm warnings again. Who you guys are just now joining. If you guys are just now joining us, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Centerville. This is in basically west central parts of Tennessee. This does include bits of Centerville. Now there's a tornado warning. Like I said, now there's a tornado warning currently going off. So let's go ahead and listen to this. The EAS is just now coming through with this as well. Let's go ahead and listen to this and see what this has to say about this tornado warning.
The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a tornado warning for north central Maury County in Middle Tennessee, northwestern Williamson County in Middle Tennessee, northeastern Hickman County in Middle Tennessee, until 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 12:55 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Centerville, moving east at 70 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This dangerous storm will be near Fairview around 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Nunnally, Prim Springs, and Lyles. This includes Interstate 840 between mile markers 5 and 19. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris.
Alright guys, so obviously like we just heard now, we do actually have a tornado warning that's in effect here. There is some rotation currently going on here near basically to the southeast here of Nunnally, northeast here of Centerville. This is right where the rotation is. This thing is tracking itself to the northeast, generally across this region here. So guys, that's essentially what we're dealing with there. We do have a tornado warning. Once again, we do have a tornado warning in effect here. So basically what this is saying here, until 1:30 p.m. Central Time. This is 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time here. Hazard does include a tornado. Source radar indicated rotation. So this is a radar indicated threat. Like I said, this is actually showing right here that there is rotation inside this thunderstorm. So guys, this is showing that this storm is rotating, showing the potential this thing could drop a tornado down the line. So you guys should take action. You guys should get in your shelters right now if you guys are here. For the the places impacted, this does include bits of Centerville, Nunnally, as well as Wrigley, Lyles, as well as the region here, as also Fairview. You're inside this tornado warning, so you guys should be taking shelter right now, because obviously there is some rotation currently going on with this storm. I did pick this up right before this system happened, so that's a good thing. It's a good thing that I got the note out there a little bit early. So guys, like I said, we are seeing this rotation currently going on near Nunnally and Centerville, pretty much to the east of both of those. So there is a tornado warning that's now in effect for these regions here. Like I said, this is a radar indicated threat, showing that the radar has picked up rotation inside this thunderstorm, and you guys should take action based off of this. So, like I've said before in all my other live streams and all of my other severe weather live streams, guys, so if you are in, if you guys are in these areas, just go ahead and pull this up real quick. If you guys are in the dark green, the yellow, and the orange shaded areas, you do have the threat for severe weather today, okay? I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you guys to have a plan ready to know if you guys are inside this region. I want you guys to have a plan and to know what to do in case if there is a tornado that does occur. So guys, what you got to do if a tornado warning is issued, you got to go to the central and lowest part of your building or your house. Okay, cover your head. What I recommend is that you carry a helmet with you. Make sure you have a helmet ready, basically, as well as your shoes. If there's a tornado warning issued, a lot of people don't think about these items. They just think about getting the shelter. But if you can, grab your shoes as well as your helmet, because the helmet will help protect your head if the tornado does hit your house, as well as the shoes. If you got to think after too, after the tornadoes have been issued, guys. I mean, you got to think that, after say the tornado does hit you, unfortunately, say if it does hit you, you got to think about what's going to happen after. There's going to be debris all over the ground, nails, glass, all types of sharp objects which can cause injuries. So make sure you have your shoes with you so that you don't cut yourself whenever you're walking out of the mess. It's something that you got to think about, guys. You know, this is definitely something we need to think about, especially for today, because we do have that severe threat in effect for today across the region. We're already seeing tornado warnings being issued. We're already seeing a whole bunch of other things going off. I've already seen several tornado warnings being issued today. Okay, that's why we decided to go a little bit live here early, guys. So that's essentially what we're dealing with there. So guys, just please be safe. If you know anyone across these areas here that are inside these inside this outlook region, dark green, yellow, especially the orange, you do have the threat here for severe weather, including potentially large tornadoes, maybe EF2 to EF5 possible. Storm Predictors actually issued that area here with that, kind of that significant zone with those little little dashed lines. This is showing that we've had the potential of seeing a 10% chance across these areas here of seeing a tornado EF2 to EF5. This does include bits of central parts here of Tennessee, basically across bits of northern Alabama, as well as northern parts of Mississippi. You are inside this threat. You are inside this tornado threat for today. So let's go and go back here to the radar view. Let's go ahead and brief some of these warnings we do have. It does look like we have a new tornado warning that's in effect over here. It's a really small tornado warning that's over here in effect. Let's go ahead and go over to our local radar here, our KGKL. Let's see what this one has to say in regards to things. So, obviously, this is the rotation going on right here. This is likely, this is already out of the polygon. I don't know if this is like a feed issue or something, but there is obviously some type of rotation going on right here. Obviously, this is a little bit higher up in the air. This is about 3,000 feet, so it's actually quite close. So this is actually showing currently some rotation going on just west here of Clay City. You're not inside the tornado warning, but you just monitor this because there is a bit of rotation currently going on across this region here. So guys, we do actually have some other warnings. We're actually gonna go ahead and go over this real quick, guys. We have we're gonna go actually move over to our KOHX radar here. We actually do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just now issued. So the ES is probably getting ready to go off here soon. So guys, like I said, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for this areas here. This does include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as penny-size hail. Okay, this is a radar indicated threat showing that radar has picked up potential that this could be severe with the following hazards. Like I said, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as penny-size hail. So here comes that severe thunderstorm warning just now coming on the EAS feed here. So we'll give it a second here. We'll actually listen to it and see what this has to say. So I guess we'll go ahead and follow along here with the warning text here as well. So let's go listen to this and see what this has to say.
The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Smith County in Middle Tennessee, southeastern Davidson County in Middle Tennessee, northwestern Rutherford County in Middle Tennessee, southeastern Sumner County in Middle Tennessee, northeastern Williamson County in Middle Tennessee, Wilson County in Middle Tennessee, northwestern Clay County in Middle Tennessee, Macon County in Middle Tennessee, Trousdale County in Middle Tennessee, until 1:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:01 p.m. Central Standard Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles south of Scottsville to Forest Hills, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Franklin, Gallatin, Lebanon, Lafayette, Hartsville, Hendersonville, Smyrna, Brentwood, La Vernie, Mount Juliet, Nolensville, Forest Hills, Oak Hill, Lakewood, Westmoreland, Red Boiling Springs, Hermitage, Rural Hill, Antioch, and Belinda City. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee.
Alright guys, so you heard it there. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, a relatively large severe thunderstorm warning across the north central parts here of Tennessee, guys. So we already are seeing a lot of severe weather already starting to go off. Let's go ahead and go over some of this, guys. We'll go ahead and start off with the northeastern part here of Mississippi. We do actually have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Payton as well as Dennis here. Basically what we're expecting in terms of hazards across the northeastern part here is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail. This is a radar indicated threat. Like I showed, the radar is showing the potential that this thing could be severe in terms of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as penny-sized hail. So this is in effect across the extreme northeastern parts here of Mississippi. Now we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Centerville, not only as well as Wrigley and bits of Duck River here, as well as a tornado warning that's in effect for Centerville, not only in Wrigley, basically across bits of Fairview as well. Almost near Leap Year's Fork, I guess you can call that, as near as Theta, pretty much just north here to the northwest here of Theta. You are inside this tornado warning, showing that the radar has picked up rotation inside this. We'll actually go ahead and go back to the KO HX radar here. So look at this, where there was a little bit of rotation going on with the system a little bit before. You can actually see right here, there's a couplet going on. This was showing that there was rotation before. This thing has been tracking itself to the east. Does look like it's starting to, kind of break up a little bit in terms of rotation. Not as broad as we were seeing it, not as well defined as we were seeing it. But don't let that fool you guys. There is still a tornado warning in effect, and you should still be in your shelters until further notice. So we do actually have that large severe thunderstorm warning that was just now issued across this area near Brentwood, Mount Juliet, Lebanon, as well as Hartsville, Lafayette, basically near Westmoreland as well, Bethpage, as well as Goliath, or I guess you pronounce that, Mount Juliet as well. So basically across these areas, guy, you do have the threat here for severe weather. Now, in terms of what we're expecting here is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Like I said, this is a relatively large area of severe thunderstorm warning. This is in effect for basically north-central parts here of Tennessee. You guys should be in your shelters because we actually are expecting some damaging winds based off of the system. So, guys, that's essentially what we're dealing with there. Let's go and take a look here. Let's actually go ahead and move up here into bits of Kentucky here. We'll actually go ahead and change to our KLVX radar here, basically near Louisville. We actually do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, one near Milltown as well as Gradyville, Columbia, Garland, as well as Kane Valley, and Nifley. Across these areas here, you actually are seeing the potential. We could see some golf ball-sized hail as well as 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That is the hazard from this. Radar has picked up the potential that this thing could produce some of those hazards, guys. So that's essentially what we're dealing with there. You guys, please be careful in regard to this. We actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect, for areas such as Elkhorn, Nifley, as well as bits of Mansville, Mimerick, as well as, Chilton. Basically across this area near Liberty. We actually do have a flood report here in Liberty. Basically, water rescue currently working 2 water rescues, widespread flooding in Liberty and Yosemite. 127 is closed in Liberty. So, obviously, we are seeing reports here of not only severe weather, but also flooding going on. We have a lot of excessive rainfall that's moving its way through the region at the moment across some of these areas. So, we're going to go up to the extreme northeastern part here of Kentucky. Let's actually change radars here to KJKL. This is in eastern parts of Kentucky here. So, this does include bits of Heads of Grassy, basically bits of Elmerson, basically across bits of Garrison as well as St. Paul. Firebrick, you are inside the severe thunderstorm warning. Is basically just here's Petersville as well. You are inside the severe thunderstorm warning, and the hazard you might be able to see here with this is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So you guys, if you guys could, just stay away from windows because you do not want to be around windows whenever this happens because these winds are strong enough to, pick up debris. These winds are strong enough to pick up things off the ground and slam them against your windows, and this could potentially cause some injuries in itself. If you're near a window and your window gets blown out by this, you don't want shrapnel. You don't want all those glass hitting you. That's a hazard in itself. So just, we recommend here kind of the same thing for the tornado. Just kind of get into the central part of your house just during these severe thunderstorm warnings because, these severe thunderstorm warnings are not something you want to mess with today. We do have a serious potential today of seeing some pretty crazy storms in regard to things. So like I said, we've already seen several tornado warnings. We've already seen several severe thunderstorm warnings. This is only the beginning of the system. This is expected to go on for the next several hours. We're going to continue to give you guys the coverage here in regard to this. So like I said, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the chat below. I'll try to get to it for you guys. Because I like to keep you guys safe. I like to keep you guys updated in regard to this. So guys, just please be safe. And I hope that everyone is okay. So that's basically what we're doing with in terms of the current radar view. So now we're kind of, we've already went over everything in terms of that. So let's go and take a look here at the mesoscale analysis. This is basically your observations across the southeast here. So we do have a lot of instability in place across bits of the areas here, such as Tennessee. Talking over 500 mixed layer Cape. That's a decent amount of instability in regard to things. We have a lot of our instability down here towards bits of Louisiana. That was kind of the expected thing to occur here in the models, over the last little bit here. Across bits of, Mississippi as well, we're seeing a decent amount of instability, over 1,000 joules per kilogram. Definitely supportive of a lot of things here. So in terms of wind shear, we actually do have that wind shear here in effect as well. A lot more heavier wind shear, it looks like, across bits of the western parts here of Tennessee here. But overall, we actually are seeing a decent amount of shear across the region here. We'll go ahead and switch over to bits of the pretty much near the mid-Atlantic and the pretty much Ohio Valley view here. We can actually see we actually are dealing with a lot of wind shear. This is allowing for a lot of tornadoes to organize, a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings to, a lot of severe thunderstorms to organize as well, potentially allowing for some severe weather to occur of all types today. Like I said, we are expecting tornadoes, we are expecting damaging winds as well as hail for today. We are seeing that threat that's currently going on right now. So, go back to the radar view. Looks like we do have that severe thunderstorm warning that is canceled here. Looks like we do have Wait, let's go and see here. Yeah, we have another severe thunderstorm warning that was just canceled here. This does include bits of Garrison, St. Paul, Petersville, Head of Grassy, and Elmerson. Basically just west here of Smith Creek. You're now out of the severe thunderstorm warning. Has just now been canceled. Basically across northeastern parts here of Kentucky. We do still have a few severe thunderstorm warnings in effect across bits of the central parts here of Kentucky. Also bits of bits of Tennessee here as well. We do actually have a tornado warning that's currently in effect. Let's go ahead and go back to the KOHX radar. We'll take a look at this one in regard to things. So, compared to what these earlier scans were kind of showing here, that rotation was a lot more well-defined, as you can actually see right here. This is right where your rotation was. This is inbound winds, basically just winds moving its way towards the radar. This is winds moving its way away from the radar. So you can ensure that there is rotation going on here. So further down the line, this thing did get that tornado warning that was issued. This looks like that rotation is starting to kind of diminish, compared to what these latest scans have been saying. Compared to that really tight area of rotation we did see like here in this frame, it's just now starting to kind of fade itself out. But you guys still are inside of a tornado warning. I probably don't expect this thing to last too much longer, considering just what these radar signatures are showing here. So guys, that's essentially what we're dealing with in terms of this tornado warning. So, guys, we'll continue monitoring this over the next little bit. Obviously there is still a tornado warning. You should still treat it as if there's a tornado on the ground. That's what I tell you guys. You should treat these tornado warnings as if there is a tornado on the ground, because, guys, you do not want to be caught in this. These things can cause a lot of devastation. Like I said, if you are inside this tornado warning, you need to be in your shelters right now, and you need to have the following items with you. I'd recommend bringing a helmet as well as your shoes. Because like I said, if your place does get hit by a tornado, you need the helmet to help protect your head. You need your shoes to help protect your feet. After the tornado, you got to think after as well. Whenever everything, say the worst case scenario, everything is destroyed, right? The worst case scenario, but you survive. So, you don't want to, once you're be walking around all that debris and stuff, there's going to be glass, there's going to be nails, there's going to be all types of stuff all around the place, guys. You do not want to be stepping on that stuff. So you guys definitely want to take this pretty carefully because we actually are seeing the potential of tornadoes today. So, like I was saying here, it looks like that tornado warning has just now been canceled. Like I was saying, I really wouldn't expect this thing to last too much longer, considering pretty much how the radar signature was showing here. So that is no longer in effect here. The tornado warning has just now been canceled, which is a good thing. We actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning that was just now canceled. I'll actually go ahead and go over that real quick. So the severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for Elkhorn, as well as Mansville, Mimerick, as well as bits of Chilton, and bits of Liberty. You are no longer inside the severe thunderstorm warning. This has just now been canceled here. Same as that tornado warning we were just talking about here. Radar signature has kind of died down in terms of rotation. Compared to what we were seeing before here, we're seeing some pretty strong rotation going on right here. Tracking itself to the northeast, near Centerville, as well as Nunnally. Eventually, kind of dying out. You can kind of see it fading out here. The rotation basically just now has been canceled. So that's essentially what we're dealing with there, guys. There's no tornado warnings out right now, but there is a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings across bits of the northeastern parts here in Mississippi and through bits of Tennessee, as well as parts of southern Kentucky. So it does look like we did just have a tornado warning that severe thunderstorm warning was just canceled here as well. Let's go ahead and go back to this one. So the severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for Kane Valley, as well as Nifley, bits of Garland, Columbia, as well as Milltown, you are no longer in the severe thunderstorm warning. This has just now been canceled. However, like I said, we still have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently going on across the regions here. We'll go ahead and start off with the one across the southeastern part here of Mississippi. So we actually do have the severe thunderstorm warning. It actually does look like there's some rotation currently going on in this. According to this radar, is there a tornado tag? There's not a tornado tag. So there is a bit of rotation currently going on here near Tishomingo, I guess you can call that, basically to the southeast here of that. That's pretty much where we're seeing maybe some rotation going on around here, maybe some weak rotation currently happening right here. So just stay tuned. Maybe a tornado warning could be needed for this as well. We'll continue monitoring this. It's tracking itself generally to the northeast, so if there's a polygon that was going to be issued, it would be tracking in its favor around here. So maybe for Cherokee and Barton, maybe you're going to be seeing a tornado warning here soon. But we'll just continue monitoring this because take a look at this. This is showing there is some rotation currently going on inside this storm here. So we need to continue monitoring this quite closely because, maybe, like I said, a tornado warning might be needed further down the line. So in terms of this severe thunderstorm warning here, we actually do have the threat here of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail. Like I said, this is a radar-indicated threat showing that the radar has picked up potential. This could produce 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail in regard to things. We're going to move up to bits of the central parts here of Tennessee. We actually do have a few more severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently going on across the region here. We do have another one that's in effect, bits of Centerville, bits of Nunnally as well as Wrigley, and bits of Duck River. You're inside of a severe thunderstorm warning, and hazards do include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail. like I said, this is radar potential, showing the potential we could see some severe weather across the region here. This really large severe thunderstorm warning we actually see here near Brentwood, Mount Juliet, as well as bits of Hartsville, as well as Lafayette. You are inside this severe thunderstorm warning. Hazards do include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, showing the potential we could see some damaging winds with the storm. And we actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect across the south central parts, extreme south central parts here of Kentucky for Fountain Run. There's bits of near Tompkinsville. It took me a little bit to say that one. Basically across these regions here, you are inside the severe thunderstorm warning as well. And the hazards do include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that's essentially what we're dealing with there, guys. We do have some severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently in effect here. We go ahead and see the trend here. We're seeing a lot of warnings. We're seeing a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, a lot of tornado warnings popping off. Luckily, right now, there's no tornado warnings, but that's probably going to change further down the line. So, guys, please, just monitor this relatively closely. You guys have a plan, know what to do in case if there is a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning issued for your area. I want to go ahead and go over this, guys. If you are anywhere here inside this dark green area across the southeast, as well as the yellow, especially the orange, you do have the threat for severe weather today, including all types of severe weather, from tornadoes, potentially across this area here, kind of in this dashed line, showing the potential we could see tornadoes EF2 to EF5 across these regions here. Damaging winds here, 30% chance of seeing damaging winds, 60 to 70 miles per hour here, as well as hail. We're actually seeing a hail threat a little bit lower than what we were saying yesterday, which is a good thing, but obviously the hail threat is still there, and you should still take that in consideration, because we're actually expecting all types of severe weather to occur for today. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with in terms of that. So we're pretty much up to date here in terms of the radar view. So we just have the severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect. Basically, we have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently in effect across the northeastern part here of Mississippi, through central parts here of Tennessee, as well as the south central part here of Kentucky. We do have these severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect. So, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the chat below. I'll try to get to you guys' comments if you have any questions in regard to forecast. If you guys want to know if your area is going to be impacted by winter, or it's not winter weather. Well, we actually are dealing with winter weather as well. If you guys want to know if your place is being impacted by severe weather, let me know. I'll try to get to your guys' comments as best as I can. So, like I said, those tornado warnings are just now canceled. There's no longer in effect here. We just have these severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect here across the northeastern part here of Mississippi, tracking its way in through bits of these central parts here of Tennessee into south central parts of Kentucky. Now, like I was saying, guys, it does look like there is a little bit of rotation going on inside this storm. Take a look at this. Right here. It does look like there is a little bit of rotation currently happening with this storm. Over the last few frames, you can actually see that it actually looks like it might be increasing. So maybe a tornado warning might be needed for this down the line. This is about 3,800 feet up in the air, so this is obviously not too high up in regard to what level this radar is scanning this rotation. But there is a bit of rotation currently happening with this storm. Take a look at that. It's currently happening right here. So maybe a tornado warning might be needed. Obviously, I don't work at the Weather Service, but based off of what I've seen, there is rotation currently going on here. We should continue monitoring this quite closely. I mean, even this latest frame is showing a little bit of rotation in regard to things. So we'll just continue monitoring this over the next little bit. So looks like that's pretty much what we're dealing with there. Like I said, we do have those severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect across the northeastern part of Mississippi and through the south, or pretty much across the central and northern part here of Tennessee and through south central parts of Kentucky. Now, we actually do have some wind reports as well as some basically some flood reports as well. We actually do have a wind report here across the region here, basically across bits of Goodlettsville. You can actually see right here trees down near Moss Trail and Garrett Drive. We actually currently do have some wind reports coming in here showing that there's trees down. We've already seen a report earlier that was showing that there's been several structures damaged, as well as a lot of other things going on. So we are seeing that. We actually are seeing a lot of flooding going on as well. We're seeing a lot of excessive rainfall across bits of these areas as well. So not only is severe weather a concern, but actually the threat for flooding is there as well. Take a look at this. We're actually seeing these flooding. You're actually seeing some flood reports coming in here. Interstate or highway number or whatever this is. 198 is closed near Middlesburg, as well as another one here. Cassie County Rescue is currently working 2 water rescues, widespread flooding in Liberty. So basically, there is some flooding that's currently going on, and they're already doing some rescues in regard to this. So there is a lot of flooding that's currently happening, as well as severe weather. So guys, let's go ahead and go back over to the Storm Prediction Center for you guys who are just now joining. Obviously, welcome and Happy New Year to you guys. It's a heck of a year to start out a brand new year, but we currently do have an outbreak that's currently going on in terms of tornadoes, wind, and hail. We actually do have the threat for severe weather that's currently going on. So guys, if you guys are anywhere here in the, basically if you guys are anywhere here in the green, the yellow, as well as especially the orange region, you guys should definitely monitor this really, really closely because, guys, we do have the threat for severe weather of all types today. all types, including tornadoes, potentially EF2 to EF5 across these areas here, including bits of northern parts of Mississippi, northern parts here of Alabama, as well as the central parts here of Tennessee. You do have the threat here for tornadoes, potentially large as well. Damaging winds and hail is also a concern for today. So guys, please be careful. Please know what to do in case if a tornado warning or any type of warning has been issued. So we actually are still monitoring some rotation, maybe some rotation going on here across this warning. This warning should be canceled here soon. Basically, it looks like the storm is kind of out of the area here. This does include bits of Hayden as well as bits of Dennis here. They should probably be canceling this here soon. This is in effect until 1:45 p.m. So this storm, it does look like it's pretty much just to the east here, just to the east here of this warning. But like I said, we still have a few severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently in effect here across the northeastern part here of Mississippi and through the central part here of Tennessee, with all types of severe weather being possible. So we're going to take a look here at this one here. This does include bits pretty much the south here of Fairview, as well as pretty much the west here of Theta. You are in a severe thunderstorm warning. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail is the threat for this one. We do have a relatively large area here of severe thunderstorm warnings currently going on across the region, across the north-central parts here of Tennessee, showing the threat. We actually do have the large potential here of seeing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts across the region there, as well as, another severe thunderstorm warning across the south-central parts here of Kentucky for Tompkinsville, as well as basically bits of near Mount Hermon. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with there, guys. Basically, this one is showing the potential we could see maybe 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This one's actually showing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so this one's actually showing a little bit more wind potential across this northern severe thunderstorm warning. So, like I said, it does look like that severe thunderstorm warning is just now canceled across this region here. However, we should continue monitoring this. Maybe we've got some rotation currently going on across this region here. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with there, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the chat below. I'll try to get to your guys' questions, and like I said, I'm here for you guys. If you have anything, please let me know. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a break here for a minute. We're going to go ahead and take our first break here for a second, let my voice kind of catch up. We'll be back here relatively shortly. Since there's no tornado warnings currently out, we'll keep on the radar view. So, guys, we'll be back here momentarily. I'll see you guys then.
Flood, you should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. The storm which prompted the warning has weakened below severe limits and no longer appears capable of producing a tornado. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. At 1:14 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Fairview, or 15 miles southeast of Dixon, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Prim Springs. This includes Interstate 840 between mile markers 6 and 17. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Tornado watch number 3 remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Cheatham, Davidson, Dixon, Macon, Maury, Montgomery, Robertson, Rutherford, Smith, Sumner, Trousdale, Williamson, and Wilson. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. What? Southwest winds 15 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts around 40 miles per hour. Where? All of Middle Tennessee. When? Until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Impacts: gusty winds could blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Smith County in Middle Tennessee, southeastern Davidson County in Middle Tennessee, northwestern Rutherford County in Middle Tennessee, southeastern Sumner County in Middle Tennessee, northeastern Williamson County in Middle Tennessee, Wilson County in Middle Tennessee, northwestern Clay County in Middle Tennessee, Macon County in Middle Tennessee, Trousdale County in Middle Tennessee, until 1:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:01 p.m. Central Standard Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles south of Scottsville to Forest Hills, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Franklin, Gallatin, Lebanon, Lafayette, Hartsville, Hendersonville, Smyrna, Brentwood, La Vernie, Mount Juliet, Nolensville, Forest Hills, Oak Hill, Lakewood, Westmoreland, Red Boiling Springs, Hermitage, Rural Hill, Antioch, and Belinda City. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio, All Hazards, the voice of the National Weather Service. This is station KIG 79, broadcasting from the National Weather Service office near Nashville. This broadcast is in cooperation with the Metropolitan Nashville Office of Emergency Management and the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Rainfall amounts of up to 2 inches will be possible through this evening across the watch area where a portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Cheatham, Clay, Davidson, Dixon, Houston, Humphreys, Jackson, Macon, Montgomery, Robertson, Smith, Stewart, Sumner, Trousdale, and Wilson. When, through this evening, impacts, excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Additional details, http://www.weather.gov/safety/ flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. At 1:14 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Fairview, or 15 miles southeast of Dixon, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Prim Springs. This includes Interstate 840 between mile markers 6 and 17. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Tornado watch number 3 remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties: in Tennessee: Cheatham, Davidson, Dixon, Macon, Maury, Montgomery, Robertson, Rutherford, Smith, Sumner, Trousdale, Williamson, and Wilson. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Wind advisory in effect.
Alrighty, guys, we are back. Sorry for the wait there. We actually do have it looks like a new severe thunderstorm warning that's just now been issued across the northeastern part here of Kentucky, near Frenchburg, near bits of Dan as well as Zag, Wrigley. You are inside of this severe thunderstorm warning. That's also bits of West Liberty. You currently are inside this severe thunderstorm warning. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with there, guys. So in terms of what we are expecting from this severe thunderstorm, it does look like 60 mile per hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail. So this is a radar indicated threat. So it looks like there might be a little bit of rotation going on here. Actually, yeah, the National Weather Service did actually put the tornado reporting possible here. So it does look like there is a little bit of rotation kind of near Frenchburg, kind of around this area. So we're going to need to continue monitoring this for the possible tornado warning that might be needed down the line. Tracking itself to the northeast. Here we go. We actually do have another EAS coming through that we actually do have an extension here for the severe thunderstorm warning. We'll actually get to that here in a second. So let's go listen to this EAS, and let's see what this has to say about this weather.
The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Smith County in Middle Tennessee, northwestern Jackson County in Middle Tennessee, northeastern Wilson County in Middle Tennessee, Clay County in Middle Tennessee, southeastern Macon County in Middle Tennessee, until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:29 p.m. Central Standard Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Tompkinsville to near Lebanon, moving east at 65 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Lebanon, Carthage, Salina, Gainsborough, Gordonsville, South Carthage, Tucker's Crossroads, Woodleyville, Moss, Dixon Springs, Pleasant Shade, Granville, and Bowles. This includes Interstate 40 between mile markers 240 and 247, and between mile markers 250 and 261. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee.
Alrighty, guys, so obviously we just heard that there is a new severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in effect. We'll actually go ahead and get to that here in a second. So, we did have a severe thunderstorm warning across the northeastern part here of Mississippi. This has just now been canceled. Across the region here, we actually do have some more severe thunderstorm warnings. This does include bits of Mount Juliet near Hartsville, as well as Lafayette, Red Bowling Springs. You actually are inside of this severe thunderstorm warning, showing the potential we could see maybe 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts across the region here. So, we actually do have an extension here of a severe thunderstorm warning that was just now issued across the region near Carthage, Rome, near Difficult, as well as Milltown. This is basically showing that we do have another severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being a possible concern across the region. So, then we actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning across the south-central parts here of Kentucky for Tompkinsville, basically across bits of Gamaliel as well. So, you currently are inside the severe thunderstorm warning, show the potential we could see maybe up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, according to this. So, that's definitely being a possibility across the region here. So, now, we actually do have a new severe thunderstorm warning across the northeastern part, basically across the eastern part here of Kentucky, showing that we do have the potential of severe weather here across the region here. Frenchburg, as well as Dan Zag, as well as Wrigley, you are inside of this severe thunderstorm warning. There actually does look like there is a little bit of rotation here compared to the last few frames here we've actually been seeing here. There might be a little bit of rotation going on here. Storm Prediction Center, or sorry, National Weather Service actually issued the tornado possible here, showing the potential a tornado could be possible. So maybe we'll continue monitoring this for a possible tornado that might be needed. That might even be something there itself as well. So we're just continue monitoring this. We'll go ahead and continue looking at this over the next little bit. So let's go and go back down here. Let's go and take a look here at the Storm Prediction Center side of things. Like I said, we do have an enhanced risk for severe weather for today. Across the area here in orange, you do have the highest risk for severe weather. This does include bits of the south central parts of Kentucky and through bits of central parts of Tennessee, northwestern parts of Georgia, as well as northern parts of Alabama and northern parts of Mississippi. You are in the threat for severe weather for today. Of course, you are in the area here in the yellow as well as the dark green. You do actually have the threat for severe weather as well, with the potential of tornadoes. We actually do have a 10% significant chance for tornadoes across this area here. We cut in this yellow dashed line here, basically showing the probability we could see maybe some tornadoes, maybe EF2 to EF5 being possible. So we do have a pretty large threat for seeing some tornadoes across the region for today. Now, in terms of damaging winds, we actually do have a 30% chance of damaging winds across the areas here in red, basically showing the potential we could see maybe some wind gusts of 60 to 70 mile per hour winds across the region there, as well as the threat for hail, although relatively low. We're at the lowest probability for hail, but it is there. Take that in consideration. We actually do have the threat for hail as well across the region. Then we move into the day 2 convective outlook. This is for January 2nd or tomorrow. We actually do have a marginal risk as this cold front does advance its way to the east, allowing for the severe weather to kind of, drive along with it. We do have a marginal risk for severe weather for tomorrow as well. In terms of tornadoes, we actually do have a 2% chance across the regions here. Damaging winds 5%, as well as no hail threat. So we're just expecting, tornadoes and damaging winds to be kind of a concern for tomorrow. Across bits of North Carolina, South Carolina, as well as bits of Georgia, southeastern parts of Alabama, as well as the panhandle here of Florida. That's pretty much what we're seeing the greatest threat for severe weather for tomorrow. Then we do move into the day 3 outlook. We're just expecting generalized thunderstorms across the southeastern part here of Florida, as well as basically bits of the northwestern parts of the United States. Just showing that your average thunderstorms are possible, not necessarily expected to be severe, but, honestly, that's basically what we're looking at. So, let's go and go back here to the radar view. Like I said, we did have, we've had a lot of tornado warnings pop off. We've had a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings go off as well. We're currently seeing, currently we actually do have, I believe, we have a cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings currently going on around here. I don't know if there was one that was just issued. Yeah, this looks like we just have another severe thunderstorm warning that was just now issued near Marrowbone, as well as near Buckersville and bits of Vernon. You are inside this severe thunderstorm warning. So for the threats, this actually does show the potential we could see 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We got to think. 70-mile-per-hour winds is quite strong. I mean, this is wind gusts. This is not sustained winds, but this is showing the potential we could see 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Which, guys, imagine this. Hurricanes, the minimum category for Category 1, they gust up to 75 miles, or they have sustained winds of 75 miles per hour. So you could potentially be seeing close to hurricane-force winds here on the surface, according to this severe thunderstorm warning. So just take this relatively closely. We'll continue monitoring this over the next little bit. So we'll go ahead and change back to the KOHX radar towards this kind of cluster of severe thunderstorms currently going on. So obviously the damaging wind potential is there. We are seeing the threat for damaging winds across the region here. So obviously we are seeing that. We just saw that extension here of the severe thunderstorm warning that was just now issued for bits of Carthage. You can see right here, Carthage, bits of Granville, Milltown, as well as Moss and Salina, I guess you can call that. So we currently do have those severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently off. So guys, if you're just now joining, obviously welcome. I hope you guys have a happy new year. It's a heck of a way to start off a brand new year with a lot of severe weather going on. But unfortunately, that's just the way that, this is kind of the pattern that Mother Nature threw us in right now. So guys, we actually do have a winter side of thing as well. We're actually currently dealing with a lot of winter weather across bits of the Midwest and through bits of the Central Plains here. Currently seeing a lot of severe weather across the region there. So guys, that's essentially what we're dealing with right there. We actually do have, like I said, we just had that new severe thunderstorm warning. If you guys are just now joining in, that was just now issued for bits of Marrowbone, as well as Buckersville, as well as Vernon. You are inside the severe thunderstorm warning with the potential we could see 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts across the region here. This is tracking its way to the east here at 60 miles per hour. This will, this will be in effect until 2:00 p.m. Central Time. So this will expire in about 24 minutes or so. That's essentially whenever this will be expired. So this looks like Courtney just joined. So welcome, Courtney. I hope you're doing good. But guys, like I was saying, that's basically what we're dealing with in terms of that. We do see all the severe weather that's currently going on across the region here. So we should go back to the, let's actually take a look at the mesoscale analysis in regard to things. We actually do have a lot of wind shear, kind of the heaviest wind shear. Basically just your heaviest winds here are kind of located near the western part here of Tennessee and through bits of Kentucky here. Actually, where we are seeing the severe weather currently unfold. If we actually take a look here at Tennessee, we currently see all the severe weather currently going on with the potential. We could maybe see some 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts with some of these storms here. You can actually see right here, that being the major threat for this. So guys, if you do have any comment, or if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'll try to get to your guys' comments as best as I can. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. That'll be greatly appreciated. We are almost here at 150 subscribers. We're literally 2 away, so if you guys are not already, consider subscribing. That'll be greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. Like I said, guys, if you're just now joining in, obviously welcome. We're dealing with a lot of severe weather currently going on. No tornado warnings at the moment, which is a good news. It's actually good things, but we actually been seeing a lot of tornado warnings being up. Like right here, we actually see, we actually seen a few tornado warnings currently going on, but at the moment there's no tornado warnings going on. That's actually good news. However, we do have a kind of a cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings across bits of the north-central parts of Tennessee and to the south-central parts here of Kentucky, showing the potential we could actually see maybe some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, as well as maybe some small hail across the region as well. So let's go ahead and take a look here at this. So we are monitoring this one storm. But back whenever it was severe warned, there is a little bit of rotation currently going on here. Obviously I'm not the not the weather service, but I've been monitoring this. It does look like there might be a little bit of rotation going on here near Barton, pretty much to the west. Pretty much just to the west here in Barton. So I've just been monitoring this over the last little bit. This is tracking itself generally to bits of the east here. It does see. Look at this. It's actually been showing that maybe some rotation currently going on in this. So this is just something we're going to have to continue looking at here. It's obviously kind of getting further away from the radar, but we actually are potentially maybe still seeing a little bit of rotation here, but it is kind of hard to see as this, this is a single cell thunderstorm. This is a isolated supercell that's currently going on here near Barton, tracking itself, like I said, to the northeast here, as you can actually see right here. This was once severe warned. It's no longer a severe one now. Tracking its way to the northeast, kind of moving its way towards bits of Florence, near St. Floridian, as well as bits of Killen. Kind of moving its way around that area, tracking itself to the northeast. We're seeing a lot of storms starting to fire off here in the warm sector. Take a look at this. I'll actually go ahead and change this back to the one-panel view. Look at all these storms. I wish I could change back to the velocity or the reflectivity mode. Look at this. We're seeing a lot of storms, a lot of thunderstorms firing off here in the warm sector, which is kind of concerning. Obviously some of these are reaching the criteria here of severe status. So we're just going to continue monitoring this. Tornadoes being possible today. We'll just continue monitoring this. But right now, like I said, if you guys are just now joining, obviously welcome. Happy New Year's to you guys out there. But there's really no tornado warnings currently going on yet, which is, like I said, that's a good thing. That's something that you definitely want to see is no tornado warnings. But we do, like I said, we do have some severe thunderstorm warnings across some of these regions. Now, guys, I want you to have a plan. Here's the thing. So I'm going to go back to the Storm Prediction Center real quick. I want to take a look here today. I want to come back to Valid. If you guys are here in the green, the yellow, especially the orange, you do have the threat for seeing severe weather today. Now, guys, this does include tornadoes. Unfortunately, tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail. There is a triple threat for today. Now, guys, I want you to have a plan. If there's a tornado warning issued for you, I want you to know where you would go. And, guys, if you are, if you guys are moving, if you guys are in a tornado warning, and say your place does get hit, I recommend bringing, with your shelter, to your shelter, I recommend bringing a helmet as well as some shoes. Because you got to think here, it's the worst case scenario. If you do get hit by a tornado, you have the helmet to help protect your head from flying debris, as well as the shoes. You got to think after, put your shoes on and everything like that. We need to think after the storm as well. Because, say if your house does get hit, and say if there is a bit of damage from it, and you're going to be walking outside. There's going to be a lot of debris. There's going to be a lot of nails. There's going to be a lot of glass. A lot of broken objects that'll be outside. So you don't want to end up, injuring yourself. Because that's all... That's the last thing you want. Because I'm sure that there's already seeing, those hospitals nearby starting to flood with a lot of patients that were inside the tornado. But if you guys... like I said, I just recommend that you bringing some shoes as well as a helmet to help keep you guys safe during the severe weather. So, that's essentially what we're dealing with right now. Like I said, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave it down in the chat below. I'll try to get to it here in a second. But basically, that's pretty much what we're dealing with right now. We should do have, some severe weather really starting to drive its way ahead of this cold front. Like I said, we actually do have a lot of severe thunderstorms, or a lot of thunderstorms moving its way through bits of the region here. Take a look at this. Actually move towards bits of the Alabama area. We actually do have a lot of isolated, a lot of multicellular storms currently firing off across the regions here, across bits of Mississippi and through bits of Alabama. So we actually are currently seeing some severe thunderstorms firing off here. So, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a break here for a second. Actually, before we do that, we actually do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just now issued across the region here. Take a look at this. We actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning here for bits of Slade, bits of Edsel, as well as bits of Grassy Creek, White Oak, as well as West Liberty. You are inside the severe thunderstorm warning, showing the potential, basically, of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Like I said, this is a radar estimate, or this is a radar indicated threat, showing the potential that we actually we might see some of those hazards occurring with this storm. So this is something we need to continue monitoring over the next little bit. It does look like that severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for bits of Tompkinsville was actually kind of pushed its way to the east. This area here is no longer inside of that severe thunderstorm warning. This thing is tracking itself to the east. So guys, that's pretty much what we're dealing with right there. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing. That'll be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach 150 subscribers by today. So if you're not, that'd be greatly appreciated. But guys, we'll be back here momentarily. I'll keep it up here on the radar view in terms of things so you guys can see the latest in regard to the severe weather. So guys, I'll catch you all here and back in a moment.
Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Smith County in Middle Tennessee, northwestern Jackson County in Middle Tennessee, northeastern Wilson County in Middle Tennessee, Clay County in Middle Tennessee, southeastern Macon County in Middle Tennessee, until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:29 p.m. Central Standard Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Tompkinsville to near Lebanon, moving east at 65 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Lebanon, Carthage, Salina, Gainsboro, Gordonsville, South Carthage, Tucker's Crossroads, Woodleyville, Moss, Dixon Springs, Pleasant Shade, Grandville, and Bowles. This includes Interstate 40 between mile markers 240 and 247, and between mile markers 250 and 261. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Rainfall amounts of up to 2 inches will be possible through this evening across the watch area where a portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Cheatham, Clay, Davidson, Dixon, Houston, Humphreys, Jackson, Macon, Montgomery, Robertson, Smith, Stewart, Sumner, Trousdale, and Wilson. When, through this evening, impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Additional details: http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Tornado Watch number 3 remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Cheatham, Davidson, Dixon, Macon, Maury, Montgomery, Robertson, Rutherford, Smith, Sumner, Trousdale, Williamson, and Wilson. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. What? Southwest winds 15 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts around 40 miles per hour. Where? All of Middle Tennessee. When? Until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Impacts: gusty winds could blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Smith County in Middle Tennessee, northwestern Jackson County in Middle Tennessee, northeastern Wilson County in Middle Tennessee, Clay County in Middle Tennessee, southeastern Macon County in Middle Tennessee, until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:29 p.m. Central Standard Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Tompkinsville to near Lebanon, moving east at 65 miles per hour. Hazard: 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source: radar indicated. Impact: expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Lebanon, Carthage, Salina, Gainsboro, Gordonsville, South Carthage, Tucker's Crossroads, Woodleyville, Moss, Dixon Springs, Pleasant Shade, Granville, and Bowles. This includes Interstate 40 between mile markers 240 and 247, and between mile markers 250 and 261. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Rainfall amounts of up to 2 inches will be possible through this evening across the watch area where a portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Cheatham, Clay, Davidson, Dixon, Houston, Humphreys, Jackson, Macon, Montgomery, Robertson, Smith, Stewart, Sumner, Trousdale, and Wilson. When, through this evening. Impacts: excessive rain. Strong thunderstorms will impact portions of southeastern Wayne, Marshall, southern Lawrence, southeastern Maury, Giles, and southern Bedford counties through 2:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:47 p.m. Central Standard Time, Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from 7 miles northwest of Shelbyville to 8 miles south of Lawrenceburg. Movement was northeast at 165 miles per hour. Hazard: winds in excess of 30 miles per hour. Source: radar indicated. Impact: gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Locations impacted include Shelbyville, Lewisburg, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, Loretto.
Alrighty, guys, we are back. Sorry about that. I just need to take a little break before, I continued on here. So, guys, whoa, look at that. So, I want to go ahead and go over some soundings for them today, in regard to what we've seen, in terms of those weather balloon observations. So, let's go ahead and see. Let's go to the. go and see the soundings that they've. Let's go and see. Take a look here. Some soundings that they've issued from today. But guys, if you're just now joining, obviously welcome. I hope you're doing good. Huh? Yeah, I'm not. I usually do it on my Sharpie, but I guess I don't have it on here. Let's go back here a little bit. Here's an archive. Here we go. January 1st, 2022. So let's see, the 12 o'clock, or sorry, 12 o'clock UTC here. 00Z. Okay, we want to go for this one right here. Let's take a look here across bits of Birmingham. So obviously there is a bit of instability currently going on here. Take a look at this. We do have a lot of instability right here between your 850 millibar zone and your 700. So that's showing a lot of a lot of energy here. Decent amount of shear. We actually do have a slight veering wind shear pattern, which is kind of expected here. Let's just go up to Tennessee here. Mostly a linear pattern here, a slight veering wind shear pattern mostly. I mean, take a look at this. We do have some instances of hooking photographs. So, but look at this. It's relatively capped here, around 700 millibar. So you there's a lot of energy here, and we get a new updraft that does rise. It does continue to rise up here until it reaches kind of around that 700 millibar, just under a 700 millibar zone. And right here, the storm will just stop from growing, or at least slow down a lot. And then once it passes this level, it'll probably go back up until it reaches just above 200 millibar, so maybe around 40,000 foot echo tops. So, alrighty, guys. So, like I said, we're going to go back over the radar view. If you guys are just now joining, obviously welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Let's go and see here. Let's actually take a look here at these severe thunderstorm warnings we currently do have in effect. It looks like we did just drop one here. So that severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for bits of Mount Juliet near Brentwood, Hartsville, as well as Lafayette. You are no longer inside of the severe thunderstorm warning. That has just now been canceled. However, there is still a severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in effect for bits of Carthage, near Gordonsville, also near Salina. You're inside of this severe thunderstorm warning here. And what we could expect out of this is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts in regard to this. So we actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning across bits of Vernon, bits of Marrowbone, as well as bits of Burkesville. You are inside of the severe thunderstorm warning, showing the potential we maybe even could see up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, near hurricane force winds, basically across bits of the south central parts here of Kentucky. We actually do have another set here of some severe thunderstorm warnings across bits of West Liberty. This does include. Let's actually go over the top one here. So areas such as Frenchburg, bits of Danzig, also Wrigley. You are inside the severe thunderstorm warning with the potential you could see maybe 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now we actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning that's actually quite new, not too old. But we actually do have that new severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in effect across bits of Slade, bits of Grassy Creek here, as well as Dan. Zag, this is also inside the severe thunderstorm warning set across the region here. White Oak, you are inside the severe thunderstorm warning, showing the potential we could see some damaging wind gusts, maybe around 60 miles per hour. So guys, that's essentially what we're dealing with right now. There's currently no tornado warnings, which is actually good news. Obviously that's something you want to hear. But guys, we've already seen a lot of tornado warnings occur today. We're just going to continue monitoring this over the next little bit. So, like I said, we are currently seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings pop off. Like we said, we actually did have some tornado warnings here across some of these regions here, but they're now canceled, which is good news. This is kind of like the timeline here. We're going way back in time, and now we're here positives. Right now, we're actually here at the recent time, so you can actually see right here. So, guys, that's what we're dealing with right there. We'll actually go pull up the warnings window. Like I said, we do have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, 3 for Kentucky, as well as 1 for bits of Tennessee. So that's essentially what we're dealing with right now. Now, let's go ahead and take a look here at some models. I want to go ahead and take a look here back at some of these models for this upcoming snow, for 1, and 2, for this severe weather that we're currently seeing. So, obviously, we are expecting some winter weather that's currently ongoing at the moment across bits of the Central Plains, moving its way in through bits of the Midwest. This will track itself to the east, allowing for some snow to fall across bits of the Ohio Valley, eventually tracking its way in through bits of the Northeast as well. Obviously, over the last few runs, the GFS model has actually been showing that there might be a possibility of a pretty decent winter storm here affecting bits of the Mid-Atlantic region. Take a look at this. Over the last several trends here, you can actually see here, we might see some snow across some of these regions here. So this is just something we need to continue monitoring here. Let me go ahead and pull up something. Let me see. Okay, so let's go ahead and go here. So, like I said, we are seeing, some winter weather currently going across bits of the Mid-Atlantic region, tracking itself to the northeast. High pressure will build in after the region. Pretty much allowing for maybe a decent maybe a decent amount of conditions, for the area here. Maybe still cold, because we actually are still seeing that cold front move its way through the region there. But eventually down the line, we've actually been monitoring the potential of maybe another winter storm here across the region. So obviously there's probably, potentially 2 winter storms here we're seeing maybe for Virginia here. So we'll just continue monitoring this over the next little bit here, and I'll give you guys the latest in regard to that. So guys, that's pretty much what we're dealing with there. Let's go ahead and see here. Okay, so this is expected to happen here on the 3rd with this first winter storm, and then we'll have high pressure build and maybe a potential for another winter storm impacting bits of the mid-Atlantic region. So that's what we're dealing with right there. Let's go back to the radar view in terms of things. So it does look like we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued here for Albany as well as bits of Jamestown. This is in south central parts here of Kentucky. You are inside of this severe thunderstorm warning, showing the potential. Honestly, we do have maybe some severe threat with this. So let's go ahead and take a look here in regard to what this has to say. Like I said, this does include bits of Cumberland City, also bits of Albany, Shipley, as well as bits of Jamestown. So in terms of this, we actually do have the threat for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's currently the threat here for the severe thunderstorm warning here. So guys, this is tracking itself to the east here at 65 miles per hour. So obviously this is, like I said, this is a radar indicated threat showing the potential that we might actually see some damaging wind gusts here. So obviously we do have a lot more severe thunderstorm warnings currently in effect across these regions here. Here's, just across bits of KOHX. We're currently seeing a lot of these, cells really starting to kind of pop off here. We're seeing a decent amount of severe weather that's currently ongoing across the region. But guys, if you're just now joining, obviously welcome. Happy New Year to you guys out there. We're currently dealing with a lot of a mess here in regard to, severe weather as well as winter weather that's currently ongoing across the region here. So we are currently seeing a lot of storms starting to fire off here in the warm sector, head of the front as well. So actually go ahead and dive back here a little bit. You can actually see right where the, some of these storms are actually firing off across bits of the northern parts here of Mississippi and through bits of Alabama. So we're just going to continue monitoring this quite closely because, we've been seeing a lot of instances here of severe weather occurring. Let's just go back to the KOHX radar for bits of central and, north central parts here of Tennessee here. So we are seeing, some severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect for these regions here. Across bits of the eastern part of Kentucky, as well as the north central part of Tennessee, into the south central part here of Kentucky, we actually do have this threat here for currently some severe weather going on. So, all right, let's go and go over this real quick, guys. We actually do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect across the north central part here of Tennessee. This does include bits of Rome, Gordonville, as well as Carthage, bits of difficult moving its way through Milltown, as well as Moss and Salina. You are inside the severe thunderstorm warning. This is in effect here. So this will be in effect until 2 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So this is almost about to expire here in about 3 minutes or so. The hazard does include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well. That's pretty much what we're dealing with. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat, showing the radar has picked up the possibility of some of these hazards. So then we move up more to the north. We actually do have some more severe thunderstorm warnings. Another one was just issued here for Cumberland City, as well as bits of Jamestown and Albany, as well as Shipley, basically to the west here of Sunnybrook. You are in a severe thunderstorm warning with the potential we could see 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. This is a radar-indicated threat, so we actually are potentially seeing maybe near hurricane-force wind gusts across some of these regions here. We do have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect across bits of Vernon as well as Burkesville, also bits near Crillsboro, across some of these regions here. So we are still seeing severe thunderstorm warnings here with the potential of 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well. So we are seeing these cells potentially show up to some wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. So here. So that's essentially what we're dealing with there. And of course, we do have another cell here across the eastern part of Kentucky here. We can see this kind of mini squall currently going on right here, near West Liberty, basically near Itzel. It's kind of around that area now. It's basically just to the east here of Dan as well as Zag. Basically, this is the line we're paying attention to. So in terms of this warning, we actually do have the threat for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, kind of being a concern here. So that's basically what we're dealing with there. Just like I said, this is a radar indicated threat showing the potential we could see maybe some damaging winds here, up to 60 miles per hour, according to this. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go back here to the, let's go actually close that. Let's actually go back here to the Storm Prediction Center side of thing. We'll actually go to SPC. We'll take a look here at the current outlook issued by the Storm Prediction Center. So it does look like we do have some new tornado watches in effect. I could be wrong, but it looks like we do. Yeah, we have a new severe thunder or another tornado watch that's here in effect. Let's go and pull up our current watches. We actually do have currently 3 watches going on here. let's go and look at this, guys. So we have tornado watch number 003 in effect across bits of the central parts here of Tennessee and through bits of the south central part here of bits of Kentucky here. Showing the overall threat for tornadoes is moderate, as well as the moderate threat for EF2 and higher tornadoes across the region. In terms of severe wind, we actually do have a high threat as well as a moderate threat of seeing damaging winds 70 miles per hour or more. In terms of hail, we actually have a low threat for severe hail as well as a low threat for hail potentially 2 inches in diameter and greater. Relatively low expected for that. Let me go ahead and turn off my alarm. Sorry about that, guys. But basically, that's what we're dealing with there inside of that tornado watch here. Now we do move to our we actually do move to our tornado watch number 4 here that's in effect. This does include bits of the northern parts of Alabama, as well as basically bits of the central part here of Tennessee into the southeastern part of Kentucky, showing here that overall tornado threat is actually a moderate threat, with EF2 tornadoes being a moderate threat as well, EF2 to EF5. Severe wind threat is actually high. We actually are expecting some severe winds, like we were saying here. Like back on the radar view, we're seeing some of those severe thunderstorms potentially going up to 70 miles per hour. In terms of severe hail, relatively low, as well as 2-inch hail is actually at a very low risk. So then we move on to our tornado watch number 5. This one was just now recently issued for bits of central and northern parts of Mississippi, as well as northern parts of Louisiana and southeastern part here of Arkansas. This is showing the potential of tornadoes being a high probability. The chance of seeing EF2 and higher tornadoes is actually moderate here, potentially EF2 to EF5 across the region, as well as the severe wind threat being here at a moderate threat here across the region. A 65 plus knot here, potential of seeing, damaging winds here is actually a moderate threat, so basically up to 70 plus miles per hour, as well as severe hail is at a low, kind of with that 2% chance to being kind of low as well. So that's basically what we're dealing with, guys. We do have those tornado watches in effect. Now, we do actually have some new news in regard to this. We actually do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. So, let's go ahead and go over this real quick, guys. We just had a few severe thunderstorm warnings that was just now canceled. There was the severe thunderstorm warning that was once in effect for bits of Rome, Carthage, as well as Difficult, Milltown, as well as Moss, basically as well as Salina, basically the north central part here of Tennessee. That is now canceled. That is no longer in effect here. This has just now been canceled. However, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning here in effect across the northern part here of Mississippi here. We can actually see across the north central part here, or northwestern part here, Mississippi. This does include bits of Cortland, as well as Pope, basically Batesville, as well, moving its way in through bits of Oxford, as well as Abbeville. So that's pretty much or Abbeville. That's pretty much what we're dealing with in terms of this. We actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. 60 mile per hour wind gusts, as well as penny-sized hail. And take a look at this. National Weather Service actually issued the tornado possible tag, showing the potential we may actually see a tornado warning out of this further down the line. We're actually already starting to see some of these, supercells already starting to fire off here in this warm sector. So we're already seeing the potential, guys, of some tornadoes. We've already seen a lot of tornado warnings being issued, over the last little bit here. We can currently see that there was a few, especially around in this area here, there was a few tornado warnings. So we're actually, we're still monitoring this. We're seeing a lot of storms starting to fire off here in the warm sector. I mean, there's a lot of these things starting to fire off. So we'll continue monitoring this, especially this one cell right here. I was actually going to take a look here at the velocity scan in regard to things. We'll take a look here. So obviously there might be a little bit of rotation. Let's go ahead and change this back to our 2-panel view in terms of things. We'll actually go ahead and drag this down here to our active warning box here. But obviously, there might be a little bit of rotation. Obviously, the Storm Prediction Center, the National Weather Service has actually issued the tornado being possible out of the severe thunderstorm warning, with 60 mile per hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail kind of being the threat here. This is a radar indicated threat. Like I said, the radar is picking up the potential that this thing could be severe across the region. Now, like I said, we do have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect across bits of Albany, Shipley, as well as Burkesville, bits of Jamestown, as well as Cumberland City here, basically in the severe thunderstorm warning across the south central parts of Kentucky here, showing that 70 mile per hour wind gusts might actually be a concern across the region here. Like I said, 70 mile per hour wind gusts here, as well as, like I said, this is a radar indicated threat showing the potential of that. So we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that just now popped up across bits of the eastern part here of Kentucky. That might be a little something we need to monitor. So the new severe thunderstorm warning does include bits of Moon, bits of Dingus. I guess that's it. Man, there's some weird names out here to some of these towns. Near Flat Gap as well. We're currently inside of this severe thunderstorm warning. So this one does include the potential here of 60 mile per hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail across the region here. Like I said, this is the radar indicated threat showing the potential that radar has picked up this. So guys, we do have some new severe thunderstorm warnings that are just now starting to be issued across the regions. One across bits of the northwestern parts here of Mississippi. across the region here, as well as that one that was just now issued across bits of the eastern part of Kentucky. Now, if you guys are just now joining, obviously welcome. Happy New Year's to you guys out there. Obviously, it's a heck of a way to start off the new year, but we're here, guys. We're dealing with a outbreak, a severe weather outbreak that's currently occurring. We're already seeing a lot of storms start to fire off across the region here. Take a look at the right-hand screen. This is showing your reflectivity, showing the potential that we're actually seeing a lot of storms, firing off here. So we are monitoring this supercell, this isolated kind of supercell, this discrete supercell, this near Batesville, as well as bits of Cortland, near Pope as well, and through bits of Abbeville across this region here. So in terms of what we're expecting out of this, a tornado is actually possible. We actually do see maybe a little bit of rotation going on here. Definitely something we need to continue monitoring over the next little bit. Let's actually take a look here at the TM. Yeah, look at that. So this one's actually showing a little bit more higher resolution. This is not a National Weather Service radar, but that's an airport radar. But there is maybe a little bit of rotation going on inside the storm here, near Cortland, Pope, as well as Batesville, inside of this area here. So, like I said, the potential does include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as penny-sized hail. This is a radar-indicated threat, like I said. So obviously, this is what we're dealing with currently. So we have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings that are just now. We have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings that are just now out here. So guys, if you know anyone here across bits of the southeast, you should probably let them know that severe weather is expected here, because we actually are expecting some severe weather to occur pretty much for the rest of the day today. So we actually are seeing a lot of severe thunderstorms to occur. So guys, seriously, please be careful. I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys stay safe, because we're dealing with a pretty crazy situation here in regard to things. Guys, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. That'll be greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate all your support in terms of things. So guys, thank you absolutely so much. You guys are awesome. So we're trying to reach 150 subscribers by the end of today. So I believe we're almost there, guys. We're at 148. We're absolutely crushing it. You guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate all your support. So guys, we're just going to continue monitoring this over the next little bit here. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to leave them down in the chat below. I'll try to get to it for you guys in regard to that. So like I said, we do have a few tornado watches currently in effect. We do have 3 tornado watches. It does look like one was just canceled for some of these counties here. It's now broken up in here to 2 tornado watches. So we actually do have tornado watch number 3 in effect across bits of the parts of Tennessee into bits of bits of Kentucky. This does include bits of Bowling Green here. So overall tornado threat is moderate. Overall tornado threat being EF2 to EF5 is actually moderate as well. Severe wind threat is high. Basically winds getting over 70 plus miles per hour is moderate. Severe hail is low. Pretty much that. As well as the tornado watch number 4 we currently do have across the southeastern part here of Kentucky, moving its way in through the east central part of Tennessee into the northern part here of Alabama, showing a potential here, potentially maybe some moderate tornado chance being EF2 to EF5 across the region here. Severe wind high, 65 plus, 65 knot plus, winds being moderate, as well as severe hail low, and 2-inch plus hail is also at a very low risk. And in terms of our latest one, we actually do have a new. We have a new tornado watch here in effect across bits of the central and northern parts of Mississippi, as well as bits of northern parts of Louisiana, as well as the southeastern part here of Arkansas. So that's essentially what we're dealing with there. Let's go and go back here. It looks like we actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning that just now popped up across bits of the south central part here across bits of here. So this does include bits of Cornersville. Basically, a new Pulaski, I guess you can call that. So let's go ahead and take a look here at what this has to say. So in terms of this, we actually are expecting 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of this system here. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with there. So basically, this is showing also the potential for maybe a tornado being possible. This actually has issued a tornado possible tag. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with in terms of that. So obviously, we are starting to see some more thunderstorms starting to fire off here across the regions, basically across the eastern parts of Kentucky, south central part of Kentucky, as well as bits of the northern part here of Mississippi. So guys, obviously, if you guys are just now joining, welcome. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys are doing good here. Thanks for joining in here. I hope you guys are doing great. Happy New Year's to you guys out there. You guys are absolutely awesome. And there is a cricket or something in here, and it's making a lot of noise. That's alright, whatever. But basically, that's basically what we're dealing with there, guys. So we currently do have 5 severe thunderstorm warnings here in effect across the region here. This does include bits of Mississippi, Tennessee, as well as Kentucky here. And there was the potential here for potentially tornadoes across bits of this cell here, across bits of the northern part here of northern part here of Mississippi, with that being possible. So we do actually have that other severe thunderstorm warning in effect across bits of the south central part of Tennessee that was just now issued that we did see, with also the chance for tornadoes being possible across the region there. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much what we're dealing with there. We are seeing a lot of widespread severe weather currently occurring with this storm. So, like I said, guys, if you have any questions regarding this, feel free to leave it down in the chat below. I'll try to get to it for you guys if you have any questions. So, let's go and take a look here. So, let me pull up these models. I kind of want to go over some of this winter weather accumulation with you guys. Currently, while we're looking at radar here. So, while we're kind of not seeing anything new here on radar right now, let's go and take a look here for a few seconds here at the NAM model. In regards to this winter weather we actually are expecting across bits of the country. Take a look at this. We are currently seeing some snowfall across bits of the Midwest. This will track itself in through bits of the Ohio Valley, eventually in through bits of the Northeast here. This will track its way into the Northeast. Maybe some snow actually is expected across bits of Mississippi. So right now we're actually seeing severe weather in Mississippi, but we're probably going to see the threat for some winter weather across the region. Nothing too crazy, but obviously there is a chance we could see some, winter weather across bits of the Tennessee Valley as well, kind of tracking its way through the region here. In terms of accumulation, this is what we're expecting here. So this model is kind of showing, maybe 3 to 5 inches across some of these regions here, tracking its way in through bits of the northern parts of the Ohio Valley here, into bits of the Northeast, maybe 1 to 3 inches across this. According to these models, that's pretty much what we're dealing with there. Let's go ahead and double check here the radar view. There's nothing new here, so we'll get back to that here in a second. In terms of your GFS model, though, take a look at this. We're seeing the potential maybe over a half a foot of snow across bits of the northern part of Missouri to the southeastern part here of Iowa and through the western part here of Illinois, with this currently going on. So then further down the line, we actually might get another snowstorm that does impact bits of the Tennessee Valley and through bits of the mid-Atlantic region here, potentially getting up to a decent amount of snowfall across bits near the Richmond area. Might actually seeing some snow according to your GFS model, but obviously there is a bit of disagreement between these models because some of these models are showing the potential of some snow and some actually aren't. So it's just something we're gonna have to continue looking at here because the GFS has been really consistent about all this going on in the last little bit. So, all right, let's go and take a look here at the severe weather across the southeast here, which actually changed our region view to the southeast currently here across bits of the southeast United States. So, let's go ahead and change back to our radar view here. So, we actually are expecting a lot of severe thunderstorms to occur. So, it is currently 3 o'clock p.m. So, this is actually all just going to continue to track itself to the east here across bits of Kentucky, eventually into bits of West Virginia with the possibility of some severe weather as well, into bits of Alabama, the southeast here, Mississippi. So we are expecting a lot of severe weather to occur across the region here. We're kind of seeing that cold front region kind of near Arkansas at the moment. Kind of near Arkansas is where we're currently seeing that cold front kind of around that area here. So let's go and go towards bits of Arkansas. Yeah, so right here, this is the front. You can see right here, this is that front. So there is some thunderstorms that are firing off ahead of the warm sector here, as you can see, such as these cells right here. This severe thunderstorm that's in effect, as well as these ones up here. These are firing inside the warm sector. This is ahead of the front in terms of things. So, but guys, I think we're going to go ahead and take a break here for a second, just now, because I've been talking for a little bit. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to leave it down in the chat below. I'll try to get to it. As well, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. That'll be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach 150 subscribers by the end of the year. All right, hold on, that was from yesterday. By the end of today, I should say. By the end of the year, I'm sure we can do that. But guys, we're trying to reach 150 subscribers by the end of today. But anyways, guys, I'll be back here momentarily, and I'll continue with the severe weather coverage. So guys, I'll see you all here in a second.
Jackson and eastern Clay counties through 2:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:56 p.m. Central Standard Time, Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along the line extending from near Salina to near Gainsborough to Carthage. Movement was northeast at 65 miles per hour. Hazard, winds in excess of 30 miles per hour. Source, radar indicated. Impact, gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Locations impacted include Livingston, Carthage, Salina, Gainsborough, Beardstown, South Carthage, Wolf River Dock, Woodleyville, Grahamville, Dale Hollow Lake and Standing Stone State Park. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. A tornado watch also remains in effect until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. Tornado watch number 3 remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Maury, Rutherford, Smith, Williamson and Wilson. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions, and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. What? Southwest winds 15 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts around 40 miles per hour. Where? All of Middle Tennessee. When? Until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Impacts: gusty winds could blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. In Nashville at 2 p.m. Rain. The temperature was 62 degrees, dew point was 56, and the relative humidity was 80%. Winds were northwest at 16 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.67 inches and rising. Around Middle Tennessee. Clarksville, light rain, 60. Crossville, partly sunny, 70. Columbia Mount Pleasant, mostly sunny, 72. Dixon, cloudy, 57. Fayetteville, partly sunny, 77. Gallatin, partly sunny, 61. Lawrenceburg, fog, 68. Lebanon, partly sunny, 63. Lewisburg, haze, 70. McMinnville, partly sunny, 73. Murfreesboro, partly sunny, 68. Portland, partly sunny, 57. Pulaski, cloudy, 73. Rockwood, partly sunny, 72. Shelbyville, partly sunny, 73. Smyrna, light rain, 64. Cookeville, Sparta, mostly sunny, 75. Springfield, partly sunny, 59. Tullahoma, partly sunny, 75. West Nashville, rain, 61. Winchester, partly sunny, 77. Elsewhere in Tennessee. Chattanooga, partly sunny, 77. Jackson, light rain, 58. Knoxville, partly sunny, 75. Memphis, light rain, 60. Oak Ridge, partly sunny, 74. Tri-Cities, partly sunny, 77. Across the region. Louisville, light rain, 55. Bowling Green, cloudy, 59. Huntsville, light rain, 79. Paducah, light rain, 59. Birmingham, partly sunny, 80. Atlanta, partly sunny, 78. Again, conditions at Nashville, rain, 62 degrees. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Rainfall amounts of up to 2 inches will be possible through this evening across the watch area where a portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Cheatham, Clay, Davidson, Dixon, Houston, Humphreys, Jackson, Macon, Montgomery, Robertson, Smith, Stewart, Sumner, Trousdale, and Wilson. When, through this evening, impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Additional details: http://www.weather.gov/safety/ flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Here is the forecast for Nashville, Greenbrier, Gladeville, Thompson Station, White Bluff, and surrounding areas. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Flood watch in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Rest of today, chance of showers and thunderstorms early in the afternoon, then showers and thunderstorms late in the afternoon. Some thunderstorms may be severe with heavy rainfall. Highs in the lower 70s. Southwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 90%. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms in the evening, then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Some thunderstorms may be severe with heavy rainfall in the evening. Lows in the mid-40s. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour shifting to the west 5 to 15 miles per hour after midnight. Chance of precipitation near 100%. Sunday, cooler. Cloudy with a 50% chance of rain showers. Highs in the upper 40s. Temperatures falling into the 30s in the afternoon. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly cloudy. A 30% chance of snow showers possibly mixed with rain showers in the evening. Lows in the upper 20s. North winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, partly cloudy in the morning then clearing. Highs around 40. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour decreasing to up to 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. Monday night, clear. Lows in the mid-20s. Tuesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 50s. Tuesday night, mostly clear in the evening then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows around 40. Wednesday, mostly cloudy. Highs in the lower 50s. Wednesday night, partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a 30% chance of snow showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 20s. Thursday, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of snow showers. Highs in the mid-30s. Thursday night and Friday, partly cloudy. Lows around 15. Highs in the lower 30s. Strong thunderstorms will impact portions of northern Overton, Pickett, Central Smith, Jackson and eastern Clay counties through 2:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:56 p.m. Central Standard Time, Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along the line extending from near Salina to near Gainsborough to Carthage. Movement was northeast at 65 miles per hour. Hazard, winds in excess of 30 miles per hour. Source, radar indicated. Impact, gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Locations impacted include Livingston, Carthage, Salina, Gainsborough, Beardstown, South Carthage, Wolf River Dock, Whitleyville, Grahamville, Dale Hollow Lake and Standing Stone State Park. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. A tornado watch also remains in effect until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for Middle Tennessee. Tornado watch number 3 remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Maury, Rutherford, Smith, Williamson and Wilson. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. What? Southwest winds 15 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts around 40 miles per hour. Where? All of Middle Tennessee. When? Until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Impacts: gusty winds could blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. In Nashville at 2 p.m. Rain. The temperature was 62 degrees, dew point was 56, and the relative humidity was 80%. Winds were northwest at 16 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.67 inches and rising. Around Middle Tennessee. Clarksville, light rain, 60. Crossville, partly sunny, 70. Columbia Mount Pleasant, mostly sunny, 72. Dixon, cloudy, 57. Fayetteville, partly sunny, 77. Gallatin, partly sunny, 61. Lawrenceburg, fog, 68. Lebanon, partly sunny, 63. Lewisburg, haze, 70. McMinnville, partly sunny, 73. Murfreesboro, partly sunny, 68.
Alrighty, guys, we are back. Sorry for the wait there. We were just taking a little bit of a break, guys. So, obviously, if you guys are just now joining, welcome and Happy New Year's to you guys out there. I hope you guys are doing great. So, we are dealing with a little bit of a situation here. We're currently dealing with some severe weather that's currently ongoing across bits of the southeast. If you guys do know anyone who's in the southeast, definitely give them a heads up for today because we actually are expecting severe weather to occur. We're seeing a lot of severe weather ongoing across bits of the southeast, building its way through bits of the Ohio Valley here. So, guys, That's essentially what we're dealing with there. So, guys, if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to leave them down in the chat below. I'll try to get to them for you guys in terms of things. So, it does look like we do still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect across this area here near Aberville, also near Oxford. This is around this region here, across bits of the north central parts here of basically Mississippi here. We'll actually go ahead and change to a local radar here. I believe this is actually the airport radar. But we're seeing here a severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in effect across this region here. We're talking 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is a radar indicated threat, basically showing that radar has picked up the potential. This thing could be severe with some of those threats, like I was saying, with the potential of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This will be in effect here until, I believe, let's go and see here, until 8 o'clock. Wait, hold on. As a tornado watch. This will be in effect until, gotta find it here. Okay, there we go. Until 2:45 p.m. Central Time. This will be in effect across the regions here. So, that's basically what we're dealing with, guys. We do actually have this severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in effect across the north central part here of basically Mississippi here. This is actually showing the potential. Like I said, this is a radar indicator threat, showing that radar has picked up the potential. This thing could have gusts over 60 miles per hour across the region here. Like I said, we actually do have some more severe thunderstorm warnings. So actually go and take a look here at the one across the south central part here of Tennessee. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in effect for bits of Pulaski as well as Cornersville here. We'd actually take a look at this. We actually do have this threat for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being a concern across the region here. Like I said, this is also a radar indicated threat here. And then we actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning here, another set of severe thunderstorm warnings here across bits of the south parts of Florida, the south central, or let's say Florida, south central part of Kentucky here, not Florida. Obviously a little bit far away from Florida, but we actually do have those severe thunderstorm warnings here in effect. So this does include bits of Albany as well as Cumberland City, bits of Shipley as well as Jamestown inside the severe thunderstorm warning. So like I said, this is in effect. Look at this one. These are very dangerous storms. This one's showing hazard of 80 miles per hour wind gusts. This is over hurricane force winds here. Expected of this. Look at that. That is insane. Hazard being 80 mile per hour wind gusts here. So this is a radar indicated threat. Refined will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage extensive tree damage is probably likely here. I think they just updated it. Yeah, extensive tree damage and power outages are likely. According to this, this is a mean storm here. It does look like we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Byrdstown. It looks like near Forbes as well. So what this is saying, maybe 60 mile per hour wind gusts, kind of your baseline severe thunderstorm warning here in effect across the region here. Like I said, this is a radar indicated threat as well. Yeah, so we are seeing the severe thunderstorm warning here across bits of Byrdstown near Greenbrier, also around this region. So that's that, guys. We do actually have, it does look like that one severe thunderstorm warning is canceled here. That one severe thunderstorm warning was canceled near Ezel, near Dan and Zag. So it's just now been canceled for the region here. We do still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect near Flat Gap as well as Moon. We still have this currently in effect. But guys, if you guys are just not joining, welcome. Happy New Year's to you guys out there. Hope you guys are doing good here. Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of crazy stuff happening here. We still have, this storm up here. This one's actually showing maybe a little bit of rotation going on near Abbeville. This is something we need to continue looking at. It's tracking right towards Abbeville. Yeah, they don't have a tornado tag on this one. They did it before the last update. So maybe I'm actually gonna change this to 4 panels. Yeah, 4 panels works pretty good. We're not gonna have all reflectivity. That would be quite bad. There's no point in having 4 reflectivities. We'll also pull up a ZDR differential reflectivity as well. So I mean, obviously in this storm we might be dealing with a little bit of rotation going on here across the region here near Abbeville. With this storm that's currently impacting the region there, we actually do have a few severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently out here. So this one does include the potential of seeing 60 mile per hour wind gusts. This will be in effect basically until, let's go and see here. This one's in effect until 2:45 p.m. Central Time here, so you can actually see this is whenever this at 2:21 p.m. Central Time. A severe thunderstorm was located near Burgess, I guess you pronounce that, or near John W. Kyle State Park, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour, according to this. So like I said, there is maybe a little bit of rotation going on here. You can kind of see up here in the top right-hand corner. There kind of looks like a little bit of something here. So we'll continue monitoring this. Nothing on correlation coefficients. So there's nothing on the ground, which is good news. In terms of this, we actually do have a little bit of differential reflectivity. This is right where your updraft is for your thunderstorm. Potentially where a tornado could drop further down the line. But like I said, there is no tornado tag on it. So we'll just continue looking at it here for a little bit. Let's go ahead and change over to the KOHX radar. This is a radar here across the central part here of Tennessee. So we do have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect near Cornersville as well as Pulaski across this region. This is basically showing the threat. Maybe a little something going on here. Let's actually change to let's go to storm relative velocity. Yeah, maybe there's some rotation going on. Maybe some weak rotation going near Corners, pretty much just south of Cornersville. Looks like that severe thunderstorm warning was just canceled though for that region, but we'll continue looking at that here for a second. We actually do have a few more severe thunderstorm warnings here in effect across the north central part here of Tennessee, basically into the south central part of Kentucky here. For bits of Birdstown, you are inside the severe thunderstorm warning with a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust being possible. But look at this one. This is a mean storm we're about to look at right here. This does include bits of Monticello as well as Burnside and Somerset. Somerset. Okay, Somerset. Dude, that's something you'll learn, over the while. Some of my pronunciations with some of these some of these areas is quite crazy. But look at this. We're seeing this potentially 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, according to this. Let's go ahead and see here. This does have a wow. Look at that. I believe this was 80 miles per hour. Was it this one right here? Okay, yeah, this one has just been canceled here. 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts being possible across the region. That's now canceled. That's no longer in effect. Regardless, we still have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. Across bits of Monticello, Somerset, as well as Burnside and Nancy. You are still inside the severe thunderstorm warning here near Birdstown as well. There might be a little bit of rotation going on here. Obviously, this is something we need to continue looking at right here. I don't believe there's a tornado. Yeah, there is. There's actually a tornado possible here. So maybe there'll be a tornado warning here to be issued soon, because it did look like there was maybe a little bit of rotation going on with that. All right, so let's go and take a look here back at the one here across the north central part of Mississippi. Let's see what this one has to say here. So it does look like we might see a little bit of rotation currently going pretty much just south of Abbeville, just north here of Oxford. Maybe a little bit of rotation currently going on across the region here. Is there a tornado tag on this one? Yeah, there is a tornado tag. So basically, the National Weather Service put the possibility that there is a potential of maybe a tornado warning being issued down the line. Tornado being possible. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being the concern for this severe thunderstorm warning across the region here. But nothing on correlation coefficient, which that's good. It's showing that there's not a tornado on the ground at the moment, which is definitely something you definitely want to hear. You don't want to see a tornado on the ground. Let's go ahead and see here. So we did have that one severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect across bits of the south central part here of Tennessee. Let's go and see here. Okay, across this region here, I believe this is the one that was canceled. Yeah, basically near Cornersville as well as Pulaski. This is no longer in effect here across the region. So this one did have the threat here of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Like I said, this is a radar indicated threat. But in terms of that, it has now been canceled. It's no longer in effect here, which that's good news. That's definitely good news in terms of things. We actually do have a few sets of severe thunderstorm warnings across bits of the northeastern parts here of bits of Tennessee, as well as basically south central parts of Kentucky here, near Birdstown, as well as Forbes. It was Greenbrier. We actually do have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. Maybe a little bit of rotation like we were just seeing here. Might be possible. Maybe a tornado being possible here. Like I said, the National Weather Service did issue that tornado possible tag, so we'll just continue looking at this over the next little bit. And then we do have another severe thunderstorm warning literally just to the north of this. This is showing near Monticello, Burnside, as well as Somerset, with that other severe thunderstorm warning in effect here across the region. So overall, this is basically just showing the 60-mile-per-hour wind gust seems to be the kind of major threat here. This is a radar indicated threat, basically showing that. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with there. So, guys, that's essentially what we're dealing with in terms of these. We actually do have currently 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. We actually do have a lot of more cells starting to pop off here across bits of Tennessee, as you can actually see here, currently going on across the region here. Let's go and see. Xavier says Tennessee, Mary County, Tennessee. Let's see. I don't even know where that's at. I don't know if that is. Yeah, I'm not exactly familiar with Tennessee too much. But like I said, guys, we are currently dealing with 3 severe thunderstorm warnings across the region here. So That's basically what we're dealing with there. So we're going to go over this real quick one more time. We actually do have that one cell. Let's just change over to our KNQA. I think we should go to KGWX. This is probably a good one to go to. So we do have that severe thunderstorm warning. It's in effect. Maybe some rotation going on here. Maybe some really weak rotation going on. Like I said, the National Weather Service did put tornado possible on this. So that's just something we have to look at here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Besides, being the threat here, like I said, we do have a lot of these, storms really starting to fire off here in the warm sector ahead of this cold front. Seeing a lot of these thunderstorms really starting to pop off. Some of them actually reaching severe potential. I mean, like some of this is picking up radar estimated, maybe 0.5 inch hail. According to this here, maybe some higher winds here. We'll continue monitoring this. There's a storm it's pretty much going over near Merida, tracking its way towards Dennis at the moment. This is not severe, but it's probably getting there, honestly. We'll just monitor this. Over the next little bit here, we'll actually take a look here at the KOHX radar. Let's see what this has to say. But regardless, guys, we're seeing a lot of severe weather occur across the region here. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing. That would be greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate all your support here. So, we're just going to continue monitoring this over the next little bit here because we actually are expecting severe weather to occur over the next several hours here. So, we're going to take a look at the mesoscale analysis in regard to our mixed layer cape, basically our energy here. We are seeing a little bit of instability across these regions here and through bits of Kentucky. Yeah, a lot of our heaviest instability is pretty much more south of Kentucky here. Let's actually change our sector to the southeast. So across the southeast, we actually are seeing a lot of instability, pretty much around bits of eastern Texas here. Take a look at this. Mixed layer cape around 1952 joules per kilogram, which is definitely a decent amount of instability here. I mean, we're definitely dealing with a lot of instability reaching its way into the region here in terms of things. So let's go and see. Okay, there's nothing new in terms of radar. So, like I was saying, guys, let's go ahead and go over this real quick here with the current radar view in terms of things. If you guys are just now joining, Happy New Year to you guys. Hope you guys are doing great. So, look at this. We might actually have a little bit of rotation going on here. Obviously, the radar is picking up the potential of 0.75 inch hail, according to this storm, across bits of the north-central parts of Mississippi for Abbeville, just north here of Oxford as well, with this severe thunderstorm warning here in effect. In terms of hazards, this does say actually 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being a concern. And like I said, the National Weather Service has actually issued the possibility here of a tornado being possible across the region. So it does say tornado possible here. So guys, just please be safe across the region. We'll continue monitoring this for the possible tornado warning that might be needed here. I mean, obviously there is a little bit of rotation currently going on here. It definitely has a little bit of ways to go before it does anything crazy, but there is a little divot here, as you can actually see. There is a small bit of rotation currently impacting with this storm, so that's what we're dealing with here. Like I said, radar is picking up the potential of 0.75 inch hail. According to this, percent of severe hail, or percent of hail is around 80%. Percent of severe hail is at 40% in terms of that. So we'll just continue monitoring this. We'll see what this has to do further down the line. But obviously, there you go. Another severe thunderstorm warning is just issued for that cell. Okay, so new severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Hickory Flat as well as bits of Myrtle. Kind of right there on that line, pretty much just northern Myrtle inside this severe thunderstorm warning here. We do have another one. This does include bits of Blue Mountain as well as Ripley. Basically near south of Ashland here. This is inside that severe thunderstorm warning here, so we got the latest in terms of that. So this one does say hazard being a 60-mile-per-hour winds here, as well as penny-sized hail being kind of a concern in terms of things. Basically also the threat for tornadoes being possible across the region here as it's showing. So let's see, Brandon says, where is this at? So this cell right here is in northern parts of Mississippi. That's where this one's currently located. This is kind of an isolated, kind of a discrete cell we're currently seeing here. Let's go and see here. Brandon also says, any storms going on through Georgia, or Oglethorpe, Georgia, close to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I can check that for you guys. I believe that is around, I want to say it's around here. So near Chattanooga, you said. So Chattanooga's right here, you said, for, let's see. Yeah, so near Chattanooga, there's really, there's a few, few thunderstorms kind of firing off here in this warm sector, obviously here, but nothing imminent right now. Brandon. That's basically what we're dealing with. There's nothing imminent right now for you, but right now we're just monitoring these severe thunderstorms that are currently happening across bits of the northern part of Mississippi. Like I said, there is a chance maybe this thing could drop a tornado. Right now there is no tornado warnings out, which is good news, obviously, but this is showing the potential maybe down the line. Like I said, tornado possible down the line, so we'll just continue monitoring this. Take a look at this further down the line. We'll actually take a look here at these storms here across bits of northern Tennessee. We should go to the KOHX radar here. So, obviously, like I was saying, we do have a lot of cells firing off here in the warm sector across bits of Tennessee, Alabama, as well as Mississippi. We're seeing a lot of storms here across the region. But like I said, we actually do have 2 more severe thunderstorm warnings here in effect. Across bits of Byrdstown, across the region here near Forbus. Basically, this is showing the potential of 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This one's showing higher potential wind gusts here, up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is potentially kind of gusting near hurricane force being possible. So just stay tuned for that. Obviously, like I said, this does include bits of Byrdstown, Greenbrier, as well as bits of Forbus across the region here. Then we do move up a little bit more north. We actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Monticello, bits of Cooper, Sunnybrook as well. Pretty much just east here of Cumberland City with the severe thunderstorm warning. It's in effect. Burnside, as well as bits of Ferguson, Somerset, I should say. I keep on saying Sumrest for some reason. Nancy, as well as bits of Shotville. You are inside the severe thunderstorm warning. So this one does include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Like I said, this is a radar-indicated threat. This also does have the threat for maybe a tornado being possible. The National Weather Service did issue that tornado possible threat. So we did just get another severe thunderstorm warning that just now popped up. This is an extension for this warning that's currently out. This does include pretty much just bits of Greenwood, Parker's Lake, bits of Hargis, as well as Keevely, bits of Bernstedt, or however you pronounce that, bits of London, as well as East Bernstedt, I guess, across this region here. So obviously, this has just now been issued for the region here. This is showing the potential of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Like I said, this is a radar-indicated threat in terms of things. So, that's what we're dealing with. Torrential rainfall is also occurring with the storm, may lead to flash flooding. Yeah, so we're dealing with not only severe weather right now, but we're dealing with a lot of excessive rainfall as well. So. That's pretty much what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a lot of severe weather, a lot of winter weather, as well as some flooding currently going on across some of these regions here. So let's go ahead and go back here to this one. This is pretty much just the southeast of Memphis. This is that that severe thunderstorm we're currently seeing across the region here. So we were seeing the potential of maybe some rotation inside this storm, as we were seeing here. Maybe some rotation going on here. This has just been extended here, as you can actually see, not too long ago. But, this is there, and the potential for tornadoes is also there. You can see the tornado being possible here. Hazard, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and penny-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat, showing basically that radar has picked up the potential of those threats occurring across the region. So, that's basically what we're seeing right there. So, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the chat below. I'll try to get to them for you guys in regard to the severe weather. Obviously, we are seeing a lot of severe weather starting to break out. We actually haven't had a tornado warning here in a little bit, which is pretty good. Definitely some good news. We actually do have a bit of snowfall that's currently falling across bits of the north. Let's actually change to one panel again. I want to go ahead and show you guys some of this snow that we're actually seeing across the region. We actually have some falling across the region here. We're already seeing some snow reports across bits of the areas here. Across bits of, look at that. There's already some snow falling across bits of Iowa and through bits of Illinois here. In southern parts of Wisconsin. So this will continue to track itself to the east here. So we're having severe weather in the south, and we're having some winter weather up here in the north. This is tracking its way to the east here. Eventually, it will track its way in through bits of the upper Ohio Valley, and eventually into the northeast, maybe with 1 to 3 inches of locally higher amounts possible, kind of for some of those areas. But we're seeing some reports here of some 1.5 inch here, 1.5 inch snow here. From a train spotter across the northern parts here of Cedar Rapids here. We're seeing some 3-inch reports here across near Davenport, near Riverdale as well as bits of this one right here. Still snowing, it says 2.5 inches. So yeah, like I said, we are seeing some snow across those northern parts. There's actually a sleet report here, between a half an inch and an inch of sleet. No snow accumulation at this time. Freezing drizzle. That's a lot of ice. That's a really lot of ice. Then we do have another report here near Edina, near 3 inches of snow across the region. So, we actually looks like we do have another severe thunderstorm warning here in effect. Yeah, cross bits of the northern part here of Mississippi. So we're seeing a lot of these storms really starting to fire off here in the warm sector of this. So, we'll just continue looking at this here. Let's actually go ahead and load our KNQA radar. Let's actually go back to our 4-panel. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that one looks like it might have a little something in it too. Okay, so look at this. So for Dennis as well as Belmont, you are in a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just now issued. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as penny-sized hail being a threat. But take a look at this. There is also the threat for maybe a tornado being possible. That's what this one says. So, I don't know, guys. We'll continue looking at this. It looks like there's a big spike here in correlation coefficient. Maybe some hail that the radar is picking up at those upper levels. Mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. So obviously there is some of those severe thunderstorms that are really starting to fire off here. Ahead of that warm sector. This is ahead of the front. Remember, this is not that cold front that's moving its way through the region yet. The cold front is to the west. It's still further this way, down over that way. It's pretty much across bits of Arkansas at the moment. This is tracking itself to the east, bringing the severe weather with it. Like I said, we are seeing a lot of isolated severe thunderstorms popping off here. With a lot of tornado potential. Like I said, we haven't had a tornado warning here in a little bit. Which, obviously that's good news. That's something you don't want to hear. So we actually do have looks like that one severe thunderstorm warning is just now canceled here. So the one severe thunderstorm warning, I guess I can't go back that far. That was once in effect, I believe for Monticello is now canceled. However, we do still have a severe thunderstorm warning here in effect for bits of Whitley City. Moving its way through bits of Parker's Lake, Greenwood, Hargis, as well as bits of Kiwi. As bits of Bernstadt, I guess you pronounce that, as well as London. You are still in the severe thunderstorm warning here. Basically showing that 60-mile-per-hour wind gust seems to be the major concern with the tornado being possible. So just don't be surprised if a tornado could pop out a lot of these storms. A lot of these storms do have that tornado tag because, like I said, guys, today we do have the threat for all types of severe weather. This does include tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, across the areas here. So, guys, like I said before, I recommend having a plan. If you guys are in this area, please give your friends and family a heads up about this severe weather because we're obviously seeing a lot of it today, potential for tornadoes as well. But like I said, guys, just have a plan in case, like, say a tornado warning is issued for your region. Just please be careful. Please be safe today because we are dealing with a lot of severe weather to occur. But that's pretty much what I gotta say, guys. Just have a plan. Like I said before, I say this a lot all the time, but you guys should definitely, consider bringing, a helmet as well as some shoes. Because you gotta think, say worst case scenario, you do get hit by a tornado. You have a helmet to help protect yourself from debris, which is good. As well as, you have your shoes. Because after the event, whenever you step down, there's probably going to be a lot of glass and a lot of nails and stuff. Basically all over the ground. In which, this can actually cause injuries in itself. So, in terms of this hail, the radar is actually picking up here 1-inch hail. Percent of hail in general is 80%. Percent of severe hail is at a 50% across the region here. Overall, there it is right there. Actually seen that hail spike right here on the bottom left-hand corner in correlation coefficient showing that there's a bigger particle size picking up some hail here. Basically, the radar is across the pretty much just northwest of this cell. But, there you go right there. This is your ZDR. This is differential reflectivity. This is actually shown right here in the bottom right. This is right where your updraft is. Currently located over Dennis. This is right where everything is. So in terms of that, like I said, tornado being possible on this cell as well. So just stay tuned. Let's actually take a look here at the KGWX radar. This one's a bit closer to the cell. There might be a little bit of rotation currently going on with this storm. That thing's starting to hook. Guys, look at this. This thing's starting to hook. We're starting to see kind of a hook echo starting to form here. That's not a good thing. That's definitely something you don't want to see. That's showing the threat for a tornado being possible. It's kind of a tornado signature. So, guys, we might see a tornado warning being issued here soon for this. There is a slight drop in correlation coefficient right here, but I don't believe that's anything more than hail at the moment. But we'll look at it. Continue monitoring this. Obviously there might be a tornado warning being issued here soon for this cell. Let's just see. Let's just see how this goes. So let's go and see. I'm going to turn back on. I'm trying to figure out something. Okay. But guys, like I said, that's currently going on here. So if you guys are new to the channel, obviously welcome. And I hope you guys are doing great. Happy New Year's to you guys. I hope you guys are doing good. Hope everyone stays safe for today's severe weather, because we're dealing with quite a bit. We actually do have a new flash flood warning in effect across bits of Arkansas here. You can see near Clay and Green. We'll have to take a look at that real quick. Yeah, so new flash flood warning is in effect across bits of Corning, as well as bits of Noble, Peach Orchards, as well as bits of Success, showing flash flooding caused by thunderstorms, radar, flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage, low-lying areas, showing that radar indicated flash flooding. So, usually just due to a lot of excessive rainfall that's occurring across the region. So, guys, we'll continue looking at this. We currently do have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings here. Actually, we just had another one issued here. An extension into this cell was just now issued. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the KGWX radar again. Yeah, look at that. That's actually starting to wrap up. Look at this. This might actually be starting to do something. There might be a little bit of rotation going on here. Tornado being possible here, obviously, and then this new severe thunderstorm warning here. This one's showing 60 mile per hour wind gusts. This is a radar indicated threat. They did not include a tornado possible on this one, though. Does not rule out the potential that this thing won't have a tornado. I will say that. And of course, we do have this cell up here too. So we're currently dealing with 2 kind of big cells across the northern parts here of Mississippi, as well as one across the extreme northwestern part of Alabama currently. So that's what we're dealing with. Luckily, we're not seeing any tornado warnings. That's something that you want to see. You don't really want to see much of that. So we'll just see how that goes. We'll just continue monitoring this. But like I said, this actually does look like it's starting to produce a kind of a hook echo. So I don't know. We'll see about this. Okay, so yeah, overall we're expecting, we're already starting to see a lot of these thunderstorms really start to fire off here in the warm sector here. As you can see across bits of Alabama and Mississippi, there's a lot of these things really starting to fire off. So like across some of these areas, across bits of Mississippi, we're seeing actually some severe weather first, but we're actually potentially seeing some winter weather after. Some winter weather being possible after this, so we'll just see how this goes. Yeah, look at that. That's becoming more well-defined, guys. That's becoming more well-defined. Guys, I think this might go tornado warning here soon. Near Dennis. Kind of starting off here at Dennis. Probably going its way towards bits of Barton. Yeah, this is tracking itself to the northeast near these regions here. So I'm monitoring this quite closely because this might actually produce a tornado. Because look at this. This is actually getting stronger. This is actually this rotation area is getting a lot stronger here. So obviously, I'm going to call it now. There's going to be a tornado warning here. We'll see. Because like I said, it's getting stronger. This rotation is getting stronger. There's also a well-defined hook echo right here. I'm sure that a tornado warning will be here issued anytime soon. But like I said, we just have another tornado. We actually do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in effect that just got extended here. Okay, there's no tornado threat on here, but there is on the other one. Look at that. That's actually looking like it's starting to really kind of wrap up here. Winds were northwest at 16 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.67 inches and rising. Around Middle Tennessee. Clarksville, light rain, 60. Crossville, partly sunny, 70. I don't know. We'll see about this. Columbia, Mount Pleasant, mostly sunny, 72. Dixon, cloudy, 57. But regardless, guys, we are seeing severe weather currently going off here. Lawrenceburg, fog, 68. Lebanon, partly sunny, 63. Lewisburg, haze, 70. McMinnville, partly sunny. Alrighty, guys, so I think we're going to go ahead and take a break here for a second. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes or so. I'll catch you guys then. So I'll see you guys here in a second. We'll be right back. 73. Rockwood, partly sunny, 72. Shelbyville, partly sunny, 73. Smyrna, light rain, 64.
Cookeville, Sparta, mostly sunny, 75. Springfield, partly sunny, 59. Tullahoma, partly sunny, 75. West Nashville, rain, 61. Winchester, partly sunny, 77. Elsewhere in Tennessee: Chattanooga, partly sunny, 77. Jackson, light rain, 58. Knoxville, partly sunny, 75. Memphis, light rain, 60. Oak Ridge, partly sunny, 74. Tri-Cities, partly sunny, 77. Across the region: Louisville, light rain, 55. Bowling Green, cloudy, 59. Huntsville, light rain, 79. Paducah, light rain, 59. Birmingham, partly sunny, 80. Atlanta, partly sunny, 78. Again, conditions at Nashville: rain, 62 degrees. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Rainfall amounts of up to 2 inches will be possible through this evening across the watch area, where a portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Cheatham, Clay, Davidson, Dixon, Houston, Humphreys, Jackson, Macon, Montgomery, Robertson, Smith, Stewart, Sumner, Trousdale, and Wilson. When, through this evening, impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Additional details: http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio, All Hazards, the voice of the National Weather Service. This is station KIG 79, broadcasting from the National Weather Service office near Nashville. This broadcast is in cooperation with the Metropolitan Nashville Office of Emergency Management and the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency. Here is the forecast for Nashville, Greenbrier, Gladeville, Thompson Station, White Bluff, and surrounding areas. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Flood watch in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Rest of today: chance of showers and thunderstorms early in the afternoon, then showers and thunderstorms late in the afternoon. Some thunderstorms may be severe with heavy rainfall. Highs in the lower 70s. Southwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 90%. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms in the evening, then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Some thunderstorms may be severe with heavy rainfall in the evening. Lows in the mid-40s. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour shifting to the west 5 to 15 miles per hour after midnight. Chance of precipitation near 100%. Sunday, cooler. Cloudy with a 50% chance of rain showers. Highs in the upper 40s. Temperatures falling into the 30s in the afternoon. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly cloudy. A 30% chance of snow showers possibly mixed with rain showers in the evening. Lows in the upper 20s. North winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, partly cloudy in the morning then clearing. Highs around 40. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour decreasing to up to 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. Monday night, clear. Lows in the mid-20s. Tuesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 50s. Tuesday night, mostly clear in the evening then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows around 40. Wednesday, mostly cloudy. Highs in the lower 50s. Wednesday night, partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a 30% chance of snow showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 20s. Thursday, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of snow showers. Highs in the mid-30s. Thursday night and Friday, partly cloudy. Lows around 15. Highs in the lower 30s. Tornado Watch number 3 remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Maury, Rutherford, Smith, Williamson, and Wilson. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. What? Southwest winds 15 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts around 40 miles per hour. Where? All of Middle Tennessee. When? Until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Impacts: gusty winds could blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. In Nashville at 2 p.m. Rain. The temperature was 62 degrees, dew point was 56, and the relative humidity was 80%. Winds were northwest at 16 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.67 inches and rising. Around Middle Tennessee. Clarksville, light rain, 60. Crossville, partly sunny, 70. Columbia, Mount Pleasant, mostly sunny, 72. Dixon, cloudy, 57. Fayetteville, partly sunny, 77. Gallatin, partly sunny, 61. Lawrenceburg, fog, 68. Lebanon, partly sunny, 63. Lewisburg, haze, 70. McMinnville, partly sunny, 73. Murfreesboro, partly sunny, 68. Portland, partly sunny, 57. Pulaski, cloudy, 73. Rockwood, partly sunny, 72. Shelbyville, partly sunny, 73. Smyrna, light rain, 64. Cookeville, Sparta, mostly sunny, 75. Springfield, partly sunny, 59. Tullahoma, partly sunny, 75. West Nashville, rain, 61. Winchester, partly sunny, 77. Elsewhere in Tennessee. Chattanooga, partly sunny, 77. Jackson, light rain, 58. Knoxville, partly sunny, 75. Memphis, light rain, 60. Oak Ridge, partly sunny.
Alrighty, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the live stream. I hope you guys are doing good. If you're just now joining, obviously welcome. Happy New Year's to you guys out there. I hope you guys are having a great day today. So, we're going to be going back to the radar view right now. Let's just take a look here what we're dealing with in terms of the new severe weather. We actually do have, I believe, that some new updates in regard to things. Like I said, we do have a basically a flash flood warning in effect across the northeastern part of Arkansas, as well as a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings across the northern parts of Mississippi, tracking its way into the northwestern part here of Alabama. We do have another cell across the south central part here of Tennessee into the south central part here of Kentucky. So that's what we're dealing with there. Now let's go ahead and zoom in here. Basically near Blue Mountain. This does include bits of Ripley. Near, was this Ashland? Yeah, Ashland, as well as bits of Hickory Flat. You are inside of this severe thunderstorm warning in terms of things. So in terms of that, we actually are expecting 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts to occur with this system, as well as, basically this is a radar indicated threat, like I said. So that is what we're dealing with there, guys. Overall, we actually do have the radar indicated threat here. So, like I said, this is a radar indicated threat. This actually does have the possibility of maybe seeing a tornado across the region here. So maybe a tornado being possible across the areas here. The Blue Mountain here, you can actually see, we actually do have a little bit of correlation coefficient drop here. This might just be some hail spikes currently going inside of the storm. It does look like that one severe thunderstorm that was in effect for bits of Dennis, as well as Belmont, is just now being canceled, which is good news. We do actually have that other severe thunderstorm warning that's still here near Cherokee, as well as Barton. Now, guys, if we take a look here at the upper right-hand corner, it does look like we might actually have a little bit of rotation going on across the region here. So, you know, maybe it's possible, maybe a tornado warning down the line could be issued. They don't have a tornado. They don't have a tornado tag on this one, on this individual cell, but we'll watch this pretty closely and see what this has to do. Like I said, we do have a flash flood watch across the upper northwestern part, upper northeastern part of Arkansas. I mean. Across the regions here. So maybe there is a little bit of rotation going on in both of these storms. So we'll continue monitoring this. Maybe a tornado being possible further down the line. So let's go and take a look here at this cell across bits of the south central part here of Tennessee. Let's see what this one has to say. So go ahead and zoom in a bit right here. So obviously there's probably a little bit of rotation going on right here. I can probably take a look here, like right in this area here. There's probably a little bit of rotation going on like this. Maybe across the region there. So this severe thunderstorm warning is in effect across these regions. So this right here is basically showing that there is the updraft. This is right where the updraft is of the thunderstorm. This is also right kind of leading up here where this rotation is. Also, you got to know that a tornado is an updraft. So basically, this is right here is where we're seeing maybe some rotation. Maybe the tornado would drop being possible. Like I said, this is a severe thunderstorm warning. This is not a tornado warning quite yet. So we'll just continue monitoring this. Maybe some weak rotations currently going on in the storm. With a couple of these storms, there's actually some rotation that's currently going on across the region. So let me go and take a look here at the KGKL radar. This is basically an eastern part here of Kentucky. Now we actually do have another severe thunderstorm warning in effect across the region here. This does include bits of Kiwi, bits of London, basically bits of Hargis, as you can see right here, Greenwood, as well as Parker's Lake. You are inside of the severe thunderstorm warning across the region here. So in terms of things, we actually are expecting 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts to occur with this system. This is a radar-indicated threat. This is impacts do include expect damage to roof siding and trees. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with there. So there is the potential of the severe weather occurring across the region. So that's pretty much what we're dealing with in terms of things. It does look like we might actually, I don't think that's new. I would believe this is still in effect here. Across bits of Normandy, bits of Watrous. I think this might be new. Let's go and see here at 253. Okay, no, this is still a little bit old. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, tornado being possible here. There might be a little bit of rotation. Look at that. There's a little bit of prior rotation going on right here. This is your airport radar. Let's actually take a look here at the KOHX. This is your National Weather Service radar. This goes a little bit further out. So we might be seeing a little bit of rotation going on here. Obviously, this is some winds moving its way towards the radar. This is winds moving its way away from the radar. So we can ensure that there might be a little bit of rotation currently going on with the storm. There's no tornado warning yet, but we'll continue looking at this right here because this is also showing right here. This is right where your updraft is. This is your ZDR, differential reflectivity. Correlation coefficient is showing a little bit of something currently going on here, but that's likely just a hail spike. Or side lobe contamination. It's not debris. I can tell you that it's not debris, which is good. But guys, we'll continue monitoring this relatively close. Let's actually change my pen color to. We're not gonna use red. Let's try yellow. Yellow would be a good pen color. So like I said, there is a little bit of rotation might be going on right here. We'll continue monitoring this here. We actually are expecting. Like I said, the updraft is right in this area here. What's the side of this storm? So we'll continue monitoring this one quite closely. Down the line. So this one does include bits of the south-central parts here of Tennessee for Walrus, bits of Normandy, this is Beech Grove, Beech Grove, as well as bits of Manchester. You are inside of the severe thunderstorm warning, so just stay tuned for that. Now, of course, we actually do have some more severe weather across bits of the northwestern parts here of Alabama, as well as the north-central parts here of bits of Mississippi. Take a look at this. We actually it does look like there is maybe a little bit of rotation going on in both of these storms, especially this one. This is more broad. Does this have a tornado be possible? It does not, I don't think. Yeah, this was before this warning was extended back here near this area near Dennis, back when the severe thunderstorm warning was back here. So this one actually did have the tornado possibility, but this one does not, according to it. But obviously there is still a little bit of rotation going on with this storm. So that's just something we're going to have to look at. So this is moving its way counterclockwise here, moving its way around this direction. So there might be confirmed that there might be a little bit of rotation going on inside the storm as well. Right here's where your updraft is located. I'm going to probably change my color again. Let's try to go, blue is probably good. So rotation's likely going on right around here, as well as your updraft for your thunderstorm is right here. So this is basically a thunderstorm or a tornado is an updraft, essentially, in regard to this. So let me go and see here. So we do kind of lean up right here. There is a little bit of a CC drop right here. This is kind of where we are seeing this potential, radar estimating 1-inch hail across the region. So, chance of percent of hail is overall 70%. Percent of severe hail is at a 40%. So, obviously, we might actually have a little bit of something going on here in regards to that. So, like I said, it's probably just a hail spike in regard to some things. So, that's pretty much what we're dealing with. Nothing quite new quite yet, so we'll continue looking at this. We haven't really had a tornado warning, I believe, in the last hour, which that's pretty good news. You don't want to have tornado warnings because tornado warnings are not something that you want to mess with. So we'll just continue looking at this. Like I said, though, we do have a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings currently going on across some of these regions. Let me go and pull up this real quick. I want to go ahead and make sure. Okay, guys. So that's essentially what we're dealing with here. We do have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently in effect here across the regions. Nothing too crazy. We're kind of monitoring some of these storms because they do have a little bit of rotation inside of them. So we'll just see where this takes us. We will see where this takes us. So, so across the north central part here of Mississippi, Let's actually go to the KNQA radar right here. So obviously, so in terms of things, we have our radar to the northwest here. So we have this wind is kind of pushing up against this, and this wind's kind of pushing up against this. It's pretty much linear at this most part, so there's really no rotation going on inside of this storm right here. I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger. Let's actually change our color back again to orange. I'm trying to find a color we don't really use too much. So we actually have the air that's moving its way towards this, across a lot of these regions, and there's also air that's kind of pushing here. So we do have convergence. There is a bit of converging air here, because the radar is to the northwest. The radar is up here. So this is convergence. So we basically have some air from two different sides kind of intercepting each other. So this doesn't really have a tornado threat, I don't think, as of right now. But this one right here towards bits of this region here, we'll actually take a look here at the KGWX radar again. This one's a little bit closer to the cell. There might be a little bit of stuff going on here because, right here, down here towards the radars to the south, pretty much to the south-southeast. South-southwest. So we can ensure that there is some winds moving its way that way as well as winds moving its way this way. So maybe some rotation going on right in here. We'll see. Like I said, we do have our updraft right around here as well. We'll just continue monitoring this. We'll continue looking at this over the next little bit here. Let's go and see. We actually do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just now issued for bits of eastern Kentucky, it does look like. Let's go take a look at this. So this does include bits of London, Anvil, as well as Manchester and Corbin. You are inside of the severe thunderstorm warning with the potential of seeing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts here. Basically, this is a radar indicated threat showing that the radar has picked up the possibility of seeing some of these severe weather hazards. So, guys, that's pretty much what we're dealing with in terms of things. That's pretty much what we're seeing here with all the severe weather that's currently going on. So, there's nothing really too crazy going on in terms of things right now, which is good. Obviously, this is good because it's not as many tornado warnings as we've actually been seeing. Especially since earlier. We've been seeing not too many of these. Like I said, it's good news. What is going on here with the mesoscale analysis? What the heck is going on here? But obviously, you can see that cold front is expected to advance itself to the east here. So, that's expected down the line. That's expected what we're seeing down the line here. Across the region here. Okay. So, let me go ahead and take a look here at the southeast. This is your HRRR model. Take a look here. So, look at this. So you can see this cold front is moving its way to the east here. It's currently about 11. It's actually 4:00 p.m. Eastern time. So, like this model was saying, we do have a lot of those basically those cells that are firing here inside the warm sector across bits of Mississippi into Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky. We're actually seeing that. That's actually ongoing at the moment. So this is actually pretty spot on in regard to that. So. Then further down the line, these are expected to kind of track their ways to the northeast here. Maybe firing off some more stronger storms here around the nighttime hours across bits of Birmingham. You can actually see right here across the region here. Let's actually take a sounding here ahead of this front. So this is, I believe, pretty contaminated, but there is a slight varying wind shear pattern here. So honestly, this is showing the potential of maybe some tornadoes across the region here. Birmingham. Take another sounding right here. There's not really that much instability in this sounding at all, so it's relatively capped out as well. So I really wouldn't count this sounding. But regardless, this cold front is expected to drive its way generally to the east. So anything new here in regards to anything? I do not believe we have anything new on the radar view, which is good. Other than that severe thunderstorm warning we just saw, but we already talked about that. So that's good news. We don't have anything new quite yet, so we're just going to wait a little bit on the radar view. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Here you go. Now the mesoscale analysis is back to normal. It's done being stupid. Let's see, downdraft Cape here. We're pushing, pretty high across bits of Alabama here. So maybe some of these storms might have the potential of seeing some pretty strong downdrafts here. Especially across the areas here in Kentucky we were seeing with some of the storms back before. Yeah, but we're seeing a lot of potential downdrafts. Potential some damaging winds over 60 miles per hour across some of these areas here.
Rainfall amounts of up to 2 inches will be possible through this evening across the watch area where a portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Cheatham, Clay, Davidson, Dixon.
Yeah, look, we are starting to see a lot of discrete cells starting to fire off here as well.
And Wilson, when through this evening, impacts Excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations.
Alrighty, so, you know, across northwestern parts of Alabama, there might, like I say, there might be a little bit of rotation going on with this. That's the thing. Near Barton, you can actually see right here. So this basically the radar is to the south, basically to the southwest of this. So this is showing the winds moving this way. And this is showing winds moving this way. So there might be a little bit of rotation. You know, obviously, it's nothing too crazy, but we'll just watch it. We'll just watch it over the next little bit. See what this has to say. Okay. Yeah, nothing new going on right now. We do have just severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. There's nothing too crazy in terms of tornadoes. So we'll just wait a little bit. See if anything comes down with tornadoes. Hopefully it doesn't. You know, obviously not seeing tornadoes is a good thing. So that's really, really good. So, let's go and see here. So 4 o'clock. This is for, you can see this cold front's advancing. We're seeing some storms fire off ahead of the warm sector. Or ahead of the cold front in the warm sector here. Which is good. In terms of getting severe weather. Not good in terms of, like, storms and stuff. But regards, you know, we are seeing, you know, all this cold front tracking its way to the east. You know, some of those cells firing ahead of it, southeast here. And definitely the environment is definitely, you know, favorable for this type of severe weather across the region. So, you know, that's what we're dealing with here. According to your GFS model, this will track its way to the east as well. Maybe some snow will eventually kind of fall across bits of the or basically across bits of the Mid-Atlantic region, according to your GFS model. This is quite strange, for the least. You know, this has actually been the trend for a while now. See, like, it's actually more trending towards impacting bits of Virginia. Tracking its way in through bits of the Tennessee Valley with maybe some snow, across bits of Kentucky, eastern Kentucky, here's some snow, across bits of West Virginia, and into bits of Virginia with some potentially heavy snowfall. Yeah, see, the temperatures is kind of a debate right now, because the temperatures are kind of pushing right here at the freezing line. So we will just have to see. I mean, further down the line, as we start to move into the later hours, I mean, obviously there's going to be warmer temperatures probably because of the daylight heating. So, you know, we'll just continue looking at that. So, it does look like we just had a severe thunderstorm warning just got canceled here, 2 of them. So that severe thunderstorm warning that was once in effect for bits of Hickory Flat near Blue Mountain, as well as Ripley and bits of these areas here. You're no longer inside of the severe thunderstorm warning. This is no longer in effect, which is good. This is no longer in effect, but obviously still a strong thunderstorm is still impacting the area here. We just have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings currently going off right now, which is definitely good. We do have one for Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky across these regions here. So, you know, that's basically what we're dealing with there. If you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to leave it down in the chat below. I'll try to get to your guys' questions as best as I can. And if you are new to the channel, you know, consider subscribing. That'd be greatly appreciated. We're almost at 150 subs, guys. We're almost there. We got this. I believe that we got this. So like I said, we just have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings currently in effect, 1 flash flood warning. So we'll just continue looking at the radar here. You know, luckily there's no tornado warnings. We actually haven't had a tornado warning here in a little bit. Hopefully they don't pop up either, because, you know, tornado warnings is something you really don't want. What is... That's actually showing a decent amount of rotation. So in terms of tornadoes, we should probably monitor this. Because, guys, look at this. So this is basically the radar to the southwest here. Green indicates air moving towards the radar here, like this. And red, basically, or pink, shows it moving away from the radar. So, guys, we can infer that there is counterclockwise rotation going on. So we will continue monitoring this. This is about 5,000 feet up in the air too. I don't know. We got to monitor this quite closely. This is tracking itself to the east here. Look at this. Yeah, there's a couplet right here. It just looks like there's a little bit of rotation going on here. Tracking its way directly towards Florence. It's moving right towards Florence here.
Winds were northwest at 9 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.71 inches and rising. Around Middle Tennessee. Clarksville, rain, 59. Crossville, cloudy, 70. Columbia, Mount Pleasant, fog, 61. Dixon, cloudy, 57. Fayetteville, mostly sunny, 77. Gallatin, cloudy, 59. Lawrenceburg, cloudy, 68. Lebanon, cloudy, 59. Lewisburg, partly sunny, 68. McMinnville, cloudy, 68. Murfreesboro, cloudy, 64. Portland, cloudy, 57.
What's up, Courtney? Welcome to the live stream. Sorry, I'm just looking at my phone here trying to figure out things because stupid bots keep on commenting on here.
Mostly sunny, 68.
Dude, those bots are so annoying.
61. Cookville,
So thank you for doing that, Courtney. I was just about to do that. So, you know, we are seeing a lot of storms really fire off here across the warm sector. We did see a lot of these starting to be canceled across bits of the northern parts here of Mississippi, although, you know, still strong storms are impacting the regions here. We do still have, this looks like we're just down to 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Looks like we're just down to 2 right now across the northwestern parts of Alabama and through bits of southeastern parts of Kentucky. So, guys, we're going to take a break here real quick. I'm not going to be going too long. I'll probably be gone for like maybe 3 minutes or so. So, guys, I'll be back here relatively quickly. I want to go do something real quick. So, I'll be right back.
Huntsville, cloudy, 75. Paducah, light rain, 58. Birmingham, partly sunny, 79. Atlanta, partly sunny, 76. Again, conditions at Nashville, light rain, 60 degrees. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Rainfall amounts of up to 2 inches will be possible through this evening across the watch area where a portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Cheatham, Clay, Davidson, Dixon, Houston, Humphreys, Jackson, Macon, Montgomery, Robertson, Smith, Stewart, Sumner, Trousdale, and Wilson. When, through this evening, impacts, excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Additional details, http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Here is the forecast for Nashville, Greenbrier, Gladeville, Thompson Station, White Bluff, and surrounding areas. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Flood watch in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms in the evening, then a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the mid-40s. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour shifting to the west 5 to 15 miles per hour after midnight. Chance of precipitation near 100%. Sunday, cooler. Cloudy with a 50% chance of rain showers. Highs in the upper 40s. Temperatures falling into the 30s in the afternoon. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly cloudy. A 30% chance of snow showers possibly mixed with rain showers in the evening. Lows in the upper 20s. North winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, partly cloudy in the morning then clearing. Highs around 40. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour decreasing to up to 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. Monday night, clear. Lows in the mid-20s. Northeast winds up to 5 miles per hour shifting to the southeast after midnight. Tuesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 50s. Tuesday night, mostly clear in the evening then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows around 40. Wednesday, mostly cloudy. Highs in the lower 50s. Wednesday night, partly cloudy in the evening, then mostly cloudy with a 30% chance of snow showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 20s. Thursday, mostly cloudy. Chance of snow showers possibly mixed with rain showers in the morning, then a chance of snow showers in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-30s. Chance of precipitation 50%. Thursday night and Friday, partly cloudy. Lows around 15. Highs in the lower 30s. Friday night and Saturday, mostly clear. Lows around 20. highs in the upper 40s. Tornado watch number 3 remains in effect until 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties: in Tennessee, Maury, Rutherford, Smith, Williamson, and Wilson. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Wind advisory in effect until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. What? Southwest winds 15 to 30 miles per hour, with gusts around 40 miles per hour. Where? All of Middle Tennessee. When? Until 9 p.m. Central Standard Time this evening. Impacts: gusty winds could blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. In Nashville at 3 p.m. Light rain, the temperature was 60 degrees, dew point was 55, and the relative humidity was 83%. Winds were northwest at 9 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.71 inches and rising. Around Middle Tennessee. Clarksville, rain, 59. Crossville, cloudy, 70. Columbia, Mount Pleasant, fog, 61. Dixon, cloudy, 57. Fayetteville, mostly sunny, 77. Gallatin, cloudy, 59. Lawrenceburg, cloudy, 68. Lebanon, cloudy, 59. Lewisburg, partly sunny, 68. McMinnville, cloudy, 68. Murfreesboro, cloudy, 64. Portland, cloudy, 57. Pulaski, haze, 70. Rockwood, mostly sunny, 70. Shelbyville, mostly sunny, 68. Smyrna, light rain, 61. Cookeville, Sparta, partly sunny, 70. Springfield, cloudy, 57. Tullahoma, partly sunny, 75. Winchester, partly sunny, 77. Elsewhere in Tennessee. Chattanooga, partly sunny, 78. Jackson, light rain, 58. Knoxville, rain, 72. Memphis, cloudy, 60. Oak Ridge, cloudy, 73. Tri-Cities, partly sunny, 75. Across the region. Louisville, light rain, 55. Bowling Green, light rain, 59. Huntsville, cloudy, 75. Paducah, light rain, 58. Birmingham, partly sunny, 79. Atlanta, partly sunny, 76. Again, conditions at Nashville, light rain, 60 degrees. You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio, all hazards, the voice of the National Weather Service. This is station KIG 79, broadcasting from the National Weather Service office near Nashville. This broadcast is in cooperation with the Metropolitan Nashville Office of Emergency Management and the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Rainfall amounts of up to 2 inches will be possible through this evening across the watch area where a portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Cheatham, Clay, Davidson, Dixon, Houston, Humphreys, Jackson, Macon, Montgomery, Robertson, Smith, Stewart, Sumner, Trousdale, and Wilson. When, through this evening. Impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Additional details: http://www.weather.gov/safety/. Flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop.
Alrighty, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the live stream. I hope you guys are doing okay. So, let's go and see. We actually do have a few new things. Looks like we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, including bits of Florence. Killen, Lexington. So in regard to this, we actually have 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Now look at this. Wait, is it me or is there a couplet here? Is it me just seeing things or is there a couplet here? Because look at that. That's actually showing maybe some rotation inside of the storm. Like, look at that. That's... I don't know if I'm just seeing things, guys, but that might be some rotation. This is not tornado warned, but... Okay, so basically how this works. Southwest, there's the radar. Basically to the southwest of here. So green basically indicates wind's moving its way towards the radar. Red basically moves its way away from the radar. So you can ensure that there is some rotation going on here. Like some rotation like this. So, I don't know. It looks like there is a couplet here, but also like the radar is a little bit far away. And we are scanning about 5,700 feet up in the air. So, you know, it's... I don't know. It looks like we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, though, for bits of Williamsburg, basically across the region here. Let's go and take a look here at the KJKL. Yeah, KJKL. This is the radar here in eastern parts of Kentucky. Like I said, this does include bits of Williamsburg, Rockhold, Woodbine, I should say, Bryan Store, as well as bits of Barberville and bits of Flat Lick. You are inside of the severe thunderstorm warning, showing the potential of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Radar indicated threat, tornado being possible. So, basically, the tornado could occur with this storm. Basically, they're just showing the possibility of this happening. So, let's go ahead and see here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the chat below. I'll try to get to your guys' comments. So, let's go and see here. So, we do have that one currently going on across the region here. Under Killen, Lexington. This is currently with that one storm we're seeing. So we just have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. That's all we have. That's literally not too much. That's good. That's compared to good to what we were saying in terms of tornadoes. We're not expecting anything right now, or in terms of that, because we don't have any tornado warnings out at the moment, which is definitely some good news. You do not want to have any tornado warnings, because tornado warnings are not the thing you want to have, especially on New Year's Day, guys. I mean, we're seeing tornadoes occurring here on New Year's Day. So we'll see about that. We'll just see how this continues to play out here. But guys, if you are just now joining, welcome to the live stream here. I want to go ahead and do something real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Be Right Back screen, even though I'm not going to be right back. I just want to go ahead and do something off the stream real quick. I think I'm going to edit something real quick. So give me 1 second. I just want to go ahead and do this real quick. Like I said, we're not going to be right back. We're just changing the screen here for a second. So give me 1 moment, y'all. Okay. Let's see how this is going. Winds were northwest at 9 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.71 inches and rising. Around Middle Tennessee. Clarksville, rain, 59. Alrighty. So it does look like we just hit 7 likes on this. So guys, thank you so much for all your support. You guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate all of you guys. You all are absolutely killing it. Let me go ahead and edit something real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I just want to go ahead and edit something on our stream here really quick. I don't want to do it on the stream, though. Mostly sunny, 68. Smyrna, light rain, 61. Cookeville, Sparta, partly sunny, 70. Springfield, cloudy, 57. Tullahoma, partly sunny, 75. Winchester, partly 77. Elsewhere in Tennessee. I think we're good now. Let me go ahead and just refresh this real quick. Jackson, light rain, 58. Alright, so we're here. Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to do something real quick off the stream, but we're going to go ahead and switch over our scenes here. Do we have a news? No, we don't have it. Okay. I thought we had a new severe thunderstorm warning for a second, but it's just one of the ones we already went over. So, but let me switch the scenes back real quick. Okay. So, like I said, we do have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings currently going on across the south central part here of, pretty southeastern part here of Kentucky. Currently moving on. So we are expecting severe weather to occur over the next several hours here. So guys, like I said, just please be careful. Please be safe in terms of things. I want you guys to be safe during this event because things are pretty crazy. So we actually are expecting some severe weather for today, including tornadoes, including damaging winds and hail, all being a concern for today. I believe we've already seen a tornado today. Let's go and see. Let's go back to the storm predictions real quick. I want to take a look here at the observed storm reports. So, believe it or not, we actually don't have any tornado reports for now. We do have a lot of wind reports, though. 19 wind reports, 0 hail reports, which that is good. That's actually good news. There's new mesoscale discussion out. There's 2 of them out here. There's another mesoscale discussion that's just not issued. Mesoscale discussion number 0010. This is the 10th mesoscale discussion this year. Occasional 1 inch per hour snowfall rates possible into early evening across bits of the southeastern parts of Iowa and through bits of the northern and northwestern part here of Illinois. We do move into mesoscale discussion number 11. We actually do have the threat for maybe a tornado watch being issued. Let's go and see. We already have. Okay, this is already out. Basically just showing that severe thunderstorm threat continues across bits of Tennessee and through bits of northern Alabama, northeastern parts here of Mississippi. So this is the latest mesoscale discussion in regard to things. Okay, so there's no new warnings out yet. That's all right. We're just taking a look at this. So honestly, that's there. We do have this mesoscale discussions currently in effect here. Let me check a look here at the watches. So we do have, I believe, 3 watches out currently. Okay, this was watch number 1. This was from yesterday. This is from early this morning, I should say. Tornado watch number 3. It does expire here at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time, so this is a little bit out. So in terms of tornadoes, we actually do have a moderate chance for seeing tornadoes. In terms of tornadoes being EF2 and higher, we still have a moderate chance of basically seeing EF2 to EF5 tornadoes being possible across the region here. So it's definitely cannot rule out some large tornadoes being possible across the region. In terms of severe wind, we actually do have a high risk for severe wind, moderate risk for potentially some winds reaching maybe up to 70 miles per hour in some instances. Severe hail is at a low threat, which is good. Obviously, there is still a small threat for hail. For large hail, for very large hail, 2 inch in diameter or greater is quite low for this watch. Like I said, we do have a few watches currently going on. So, nothing really new here on radar view. We just have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings out. No tornado warnings, which is definitely something you want to hear in regard to things. So that's good. That's definitely something you want to hear. Tornado watch number 4 here. I believe this was... When was this issued? Okay, I don't believe we have anything on here. So we do have this other tornado watch here across bits of the central and northern parts of Alabama, as well as the southeastern part here of Arkansas into northern parts of Louisiana here. Overall tornado threat is high. Tornado threat being EF2 and higher is moderate here. Honestly, we do have the tornado threat there for today across bits of these regions. So we're just going to continue looking at this over the next little bit. We'll see what happens here. We actually do have a look at this. This is right here is where the front is, I believe. Or no, I think the front might be further behind here. Let's go and see. Go to Kate and yeah, the front's behind here. But we are seeing some storms fire off across the warm sector. Across bits of central parts of Mississippi. Take a look at this. We have a lot of storms really starting to fire off here. I mean, some are not severe. I mean, well, most of these are not severe across the region, but we do have a few severe storms across bits of Alabama and through bits of Kentucky. Most of the severe storms are just in southeastern Kentucky at the moment, so that's just all we're dealing with right now. Which, that's nothing absolutely crazy. Is that a new severe thunderstorm warning just issued? Okay, we just have another severe thunderstorm warning that was just now issued. Okay, let's take a look at this real quick. So KDGX. So this one's now issued by this. This looks like we might have a little bit of something going on here. This shows 60 mile per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. This is also showing a potential for tornadoes. It shows a tornado being possible. So, definitely, we actually are seeing maybe a little bit of a couplet going on here. The radar is to the pretty much to the west here, southwest of this storm. So, we are seeing the winds really start to move their way like this. Start to rotate kind of around this area. So we actually are seeing maybe a little bit of rotation currently going on with this. This is just something we have to continue to look at here. So, like I said, new severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. This does include bits of Gulfstream, Preston, as well as I don't even know where to begin I don't even know where to begin to say that area there. So, but yeah, like I said, we do have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings currently in effect. None are tornado warnings, which that's obviously some good news. That's obviously something you want to hear. Let's go back here. So, you know, we do have 3 watches still in effect. 3 tornado watches here in effect. Let's see.
Elsewhere in Tennessee, Chattanooga, partly sunny, 78. Jackson, light rain, 58. Knoxville, rain, 72. Memphis, cloudy, 60.
There we go. Sorry, these stupid bots just keep on posting these dumb links and stuff, so I don't know what's up with them. They're just really dumb. But guys, if you are just now joining, you know, obviously welcome. I hope you're doing good. Happy New Year's to you guys. Even though we're having a severe weather problem right now. Let's see. Yeah, some of these storms actually do have some couplets on them. We literally haven't had a tornado warning, I believe, in like an hour or so. So it's been quite some time since the last tornado warning we had. We do have a lot of flood reports near Somerset here. Here's Science Hill. Road is impassable. Underwater. Road is impassable. Todd Road is washed out. So, yeah, a lot of flooding going on here. You have a 0.5. Look at this. We actually do have a hail report here. Across bits of northwestern Alabama. Yeah, this is showing a hail report here near Cherokee, showing a train spotter reported 1/2 inch hail. So this is, I believe, like nickel-size hail. So there has been hail with this. In terms of anything else, let's go to a KDGX radar. It does look like there is a weak couplet here. You know, there is a weak couplet which is showing maybe some rotation across this area near Golson, just south of Golson here. So maybe some rotation going on in here, but we'll continue monitoring this. Okay, let's see. So we just have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings out. I think the one up here for Kentucky is just now canceled, which that's good news.
Showers and thunderstorms in the evening, then a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the mid-40s. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, shifting to the west 5 to 15 miles per hour after midnight. Chance of precipitation near 100%. Sunday, cooler. Cloudy with a 50% chance of rain showers. Highs in the upper 40s. Temperatures falling into the 30s in the afternoon. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly cloudy. A 30% chance of snow showers possibly mixed with rain showers in the evening. Lows in the upper 20s. North winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, partly cloudy in the morning then clearing. Highs around 40. North winds 5 to 15 miles.
We're going to change stations here. Let's go to Lexington.
The current time is 4:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Flood watch now in effect until midnight Eastern Standard Time, or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Where? All of southern Indiana and central Kentucky when? Until midnight Eastern Standard Time, or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. The following impacts are expected. Excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Flooding may occur in poor drainage and urban areas. Low-water crossings may be flooded. Additional details, http://www.weather.gov/safety/ flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Flood watch remains in effect until midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible through late tonight. where portions of east central Kentucky, northeast Kentucky, south central Kentucky, and southeast Kentucky, including the following areas: in east central Kentucky, Bath, Elliott, Estill, Fleming, Menifee, Montgomery, Powell, and Rowan. In northeast Kentucky, Johnson. In south central Kentucky, Laurel, Pulaski, Rockcastle, and Wayne. In southeast Kentucky, Breathitt, Jackson, Lee, Magavin, Morgan, Owsley, and Wolf. When, until midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight, the following impacts are expected: flooding of creeks, streams, and a few rivers will be possible. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Flood advisory in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening. What flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected? Where portions of east central Kentucky, north central Kentucky, and south central Kentucky, including the following areas: in east central Kentucky, Anderson, Bourbon, Boyle, Clark, Fayette, Garrett, Harrison, Jessamine, Madison, Mercer, Nicholas, Scott, and Woodford. In north central Kentucky, Washington. In south central Kentucky, Marion. When, until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following impacts are expected: minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Some low-water crossings may become impassable. Ponding of water in urban or other areas is occurring or is imminent. Additional details: at 2:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain due to thunderstorms. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Between 1 and 2 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are expected over the area. This additional rain will result in minor flooding. Some locations that will experience flooding include Lexington, Richmond, Georgetown, Nicholasville, Winchester, Danville, Lawrenceburg, Versailles.
Okay, so we literally just have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings out here. Let's go ahead and see here. Hold, welcome to the live stream. It says, I know I'm late, but what's up? What's up? Welcome to the live stream. There's really not much going on right now, other than just 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. So we're just kind of hanging out, waiting for things to occur. You know, obviously that's good news, is that we haven't seen a lot of tornado warnings, but, you know, we actually had some reports of hail. This one's actually showing 0.50. Let me change this to storm relative velocity. So there might be a couplet here. Look at this. There might be a couplet ongoing right here. Maybe some weak rotation, pretty much just to the east-southeast of Golson. With this, but literally it's just 3 severe thunderstorm warnings. That's all we have going on right now. We actually do have a flash flood watch in effect as well. Or sorry, flash flood warning in effect. Across northeastern Arkansas here, showing radar indicated flash flooding.
Elsewhere around the region, rain was falling with a temperature of 55 at Louisville, 52 at Covington, 53 at Wilmington.
Nothing too crazy going on here.
67 at Ashland, 65 at Jackson.
We do have a lot of storms firing off here in the warm sector though.
72 at Knoxville, and 59 at Bowling Green. At Bristol, Tennessee, it was partly sunny.
Alright, I'm going to take a look here at the model real quick. Let's actually take a look here at HRRR. I want to check the latest scan here from HRRR.
Issued at 3:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Proportions of South
Okay,
Central Indiana.
so we are seeing, you know, a lot of advection going on, a lot of this warm and moisture-filled air driving its way into the southeast here. It's almost about 5 o'clock, so we actually are still seeing some storms fire off across bits of Mississippi and Alabama. So down the line, we probably are going to see a little bit more storms start to fire off, you know, start to pop up more linear here in a little bit, as this front does kind of push its way through the southeast here. But right now we're kind of in a silent period. There's really not too much going on, which is obviously a good thing. We just have three severe thunderstorm warnings still in effect. Alabama, Kentucky, as well as bits of Mississippi, and some of these warnings. So This one down here in east central parts of Mississippi says 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail with a tornado possible. Okay, let me have the other one across the upper northwestern parts of Alabama. This one does show 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail with not a tornado possible. And then, of course, we do have this other one here across the southeastern part of Kentucky. This one says 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and a tornado possible. So, we'll just see. Other than that, there's really nothing going on. We actually do this. This feels pretty strong here near Farmington. Let me move that. Yeah, this is just picking up pretty strong near Farmington.
With a 20% chance of rain showers. Highs around 50. Temperatures falling into the 30s in the afternoon. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour.
Dang.
Sunday night, mostly cloudy with chance of light freezing rain and snow showers. Lows in the lower 20s. North winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation 30%. Monday, mostly sunny.
All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a break here for a little bit just until stuff starts really kicking off here. Once we get our first tornado warning, I'll be back here for you guys here back in a little bit. So for now, I'll just keep on the stream and you guys can watch it here. So, guys, I will see you all in a little bit.
For the radio listening area. Tuesday and Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows in the upper 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, partly cloudy. Isolated snow showers. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows in the mid-20s. Chance of snow 20%. Thursday and Thursday night, numerous snow showers. Highs in the lower 30s. Lows around 13. Chance of snow 60%. Friday and Friday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 20s. Lows around 12. Saturday and Saturday night, mostly clear. Isolated rain showers and snow showers. Highs in the lower 40s. Lows in the lower 30s. Chance of precipitation 20%. You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio, your best source for 24-hour-a-day weather information. The station is KIH-41, broadcast from the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Louisville, on a transmitter located near Lexington on a frequency of 162.4 megahertz. Flood warning in effect from this afternoon through Sunday morning. What? Minor flooding is forecast. Where? Stoner Creek at Paris. When? Until early tomorrow afternoon. The following impacts are expected at 18.0 feet. Water floods a few low roads on right bank of creek. At 20.0 feet, water enter yards of homes downstream of water plant. Parts of the Garrett Park flood. At 22.0 feet, water in the yards of homes along Taylor, Chambers, Stoner Avenues, and Catherine Street. Additional details, at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturday, the stage was 16.3 feet. Forecast, the river will rise above flood stage late this afternoon to 20.9 feet just after midnight tonight. It will then fall below flood stage tomorrow morning to 13.9 feet and begin rising again late tomorrow evening. It will rise to 14.0 feet late tomorrow evening. It will then fall again and remain below flood stage. Flood stage is 18.0 feet. Flood history. No available flood history. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. The current time is 4:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Flood watch now in effect until midnight Eastern Standard Time, or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Where? All of southern Indiana and central Kentucky when? Until midnight Eastern Standard Time, or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. The following impacts are expected. Excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Flooding may occur in poor drainage and urban areas. Low water crossings may be flooded. Additional details, http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Flood watch remains in effect until midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible through late tonight. Where? Portions of east central Kentucky, northeast Kentucky, south central Kentucky, and southeast Kentucky, including the following areas: in east central Kentucky, Bath, Elliott, Estill, Fleming, Menifee, Montgomery, Powell, and Rowland. In northeast Kentucky, Johnson. In south central Kentucky, Laurel, Pulaski, Rockcastle, and Wayne. In southeast Kentucky, Breathitt, Jackson, Lee, Magavin, Morgan, Owsley, and Wolf. When? Until midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. The following impacts are expected: flooding of creeks, streams, and a few rivers will be possible. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Flood advisory in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected. Where? Portions of east central Kentucky, north central Kentucky, and south central Kentucky, including the following areas: in east central Kentucky, Anderson, Bourbon, Boyle, Clark, Fayette, Garrard, Harrison, Jessamine, Madison, Mercer, Nicholas, Scott, and Woodford. In north central Kentucky, Washington. In south central Kentucky, Marion. When? Until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following impacts are expected: minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Some low-water crossings may become impassable. Ponding of water in urban or other areas is occurring or is imminent. Additional details: at 2:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain due to thunderstorms. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Between 1 and 2 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are expected over the area. This additional rain will result in minor flooding. Some locations that will experience flooding include Lexington, Richmond, Georgetown, Nicholasville, Winchester, Danville, Lawrenceburg, Versailles, Paris, and Harrodsburg. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood turnaround. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be aware of your surroundings and do not drive on flooded roads. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time weather conditions across the bluegrass region of Kentucky. At Lexington, light rain was falling. The temperature was 56 degrees, the dew point 54, and the relative humidity 93%. The wind was north at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.64 inches and rising. At Frankfort, light rain was falling. The temperature was 56 degrees, the dew point 55, and the relative humidity 97%. The wind was north at 7 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.63 inches and steady. Once again, at Lexington it was 56 degrees with light rain. Elsewhere around the region, rain was falling, with a temperature of 55 at Louisville, 52 at Covington, 53 at Wilmington, Ohio, 57 at Ashland, 65 at Jackson, 71 at London, 68 at Middlesboro, 72 at Knoxville, and 59 at Bowling Green. At Bristol, Tennessee, it was partly sunny, with a temperature of 75. Here is the hazardous weather outlook. Issued at 3:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For portions of south central Indiana and central Kentucky. For this afternoon and tonight, moderate to occasionally heavy rainfall is expected to continue across the outlook area this afternoon and evening. The rain is expected to diminish overnight. The locally heavy rainfall will result in excessive runoff and lead to flooding in some areas. And now the extended outlook for the period Sunday through Friday. A mix of rain and snow showers will be possible across portions of central Kentucky Sunday afternoon and evening. At this time, very minor accumulations are expected. Later in the week, a more substantial storm system may impact the region by Thursday and into Friday, bringing a round of wintry weather to the region. Spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged to report any storm damage or flooding to the National Weather Service office in Louisville. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for the Bluegrass region of central Kentucky, including Lexington and surrounding areas. Tonight, showers and chance of thunderstorms until midnight, then chance of showers after midnight. Some thunderstorms may produce heavy rainfall until midnight. Lows in the lower 40s. Temperatures rising into the 50s after midnight. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation near 100%. Sunday, cloudy with a 20% chance of rain showers. Highs around 50. Temperatures falling into the 30s in the afternoon. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with chance of light freezing rain and snow showers. Lows in the lower 20s. North winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation 30%. Monday, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-30s. North winds up to 10 miles an hour. Monday night, clear. Lows in the lower 20s. Southeast winds up to 5 miles an hour. And now the extended forecast for the radio listening area. Tuesday and Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows in the upper 30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, partly cloudy. Isolated snow showers. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows in the mid-20s. Chance of snow 20%. Thursday and Thursday night, numerous snow showers. Highs in the lower 30s. Lows around 13. Chance of snow 60%. Friday and Friday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 20s. Lows around 12. Saturday and Saturday night, mostly clear. Isolated rain showers and snow showers. Highs in the lower 40s. Lows in the lower 30s. Chance of precipitation 20%. The current time is 5:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Flood watch now in effect until midnight Eastern Standard Time, or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Where? All of southern Indiana and central Kentucky when? Until midnight Eastern Standard Time, or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. The following impacts are expected. Excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Flooding may occur in poor drainage and urban areas. Low-water crossings may be flooded. Additional details, http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Flood watch remains in effect until midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible through late tonight. Where? Portions of East Central Kentucky, Northeast Kentucky, South Central Kentucky, and Southeast Kentucky, including the following areas: in East Central Kentucky, Bath, Elliott, Estill, Fleming, Menifee, Montgomery, Powell, and Rowland. In Northeast Kentucky, Johnson. In South Central Kentucky, Laurel, Pulaski, Rock Castle, and Wayne. In Southeast Kentucky, Breathitt, Jackson, Lee, Magavan, Morgan, Owsley, and Wolf. When? Until midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. The following impacts are expected. Flooding of creeks, streams, and a few rivers will be possible. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Flood watch now in effect until midnight Eastern Standard Time, or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Where? All of southern Indiana and central Kentucky when? Until midnight Eastern Standard Time, or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. The following impacts are expected. Excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Flooding may occur in poor drainage and urban areas. Low-water crossings may be flooded. Additional details, http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Flood warning in effect from this afternoon through Sunday morning. What? Minor flooding is forecast. Where? Stoner Creek at Paris. When? Until early tomorrow afternoon. The following impacts are expected. At 18.0 feet, water floods a few low roads on right bank of creek. At 20.0 feet, water enter yards of homes downstream of water plant. Parts of the Garrett Park flood.
Alrighty guys, welcome back to the live stream. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm back. Sorry I took a little bit of a break there. We should be back in good now. So we actually do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings currently out in effect. If you guys are just now joining us, obviously, happy New Year's to you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I hope you guys are doing good. So, like I said, we haven't had a tornado warning in quite some time now, which is definitely some good news in terms of things. You know, we've only been dealing with a few severe thunderstorm warnings currently. We actually do have one across the east central part here of Mississippi, showing the potential we could actually see maybe some severe weather across the region. So let's see, this does include bits of pretty much just south here of Macon, basically to the northwest here of Scuba, across the regions here. So this is showing here 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well as penny-sized hail, kind of being the concern across the region here, with the tornado being possible. So that's the thing, guys. We actually do have that threat for a tornado being possible here. So, but this looks like the storm is generally moving its way out of the area, according to this. Looks like it's moving kind of out of that warning though. Or out of that warning zone currently, so you know, that's currently what we're dealing with there. Like I said, we do have another severe thunderstorm warning across bits, pretty much across the southeastern part here of Kentucky. Inside this area, we're actually going to go ahead and go to the eastern part of Kentucky here. So we do have a cell near Barberville, pretty much near Font, Field of Flat Lick, as well as bits of. It's moving its general direction. It's moving the general direction of Helton, basically near Moselle. Or Missouri, I guess you pronounce that, moving its way towards the region there. So in terms of this one up here towards the southeastern part of Kentucky, we're actually seeing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being the concern here. That's pretty much all we're dealing with in terms of this. So there's nothing too crazy going on right now, which is definitely something you want to hear. You don't want to have any severe weather going on. We actually do have only 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, which is currently out. We haven't had, like I said, we haven't had a tornado warning in quite some time now, which that's definitely some good news. That's definitely some good news in regards to this thing. So we'll just continue to monitor this for you guys. You know, we're probably going to be live for the next several hours in regard to things. If you are new to the channel, first of all, like I said, welcome. If you guys are just now joining, welcome, and Happy New Year's to you guys. It's definitely quite the heck of a year, or quite the heck of a way to start out the year. We're talking here literally on New Year's Day. We're seeing a outbreak of severe weather occur across the region, but like I said, right now, only 2 severe thunderstorm warnings currently out, which is definitely some good news. You know, nothing absolutely insane. So that's pretty much what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look here at the Storm Prediction Center for you guys really quickly. Like I said, we do have a few tornado watches here in effect. Actually, another one looks like it just issued for bits of Alabama. We'll actually take a look at that here in 1 second. So, but first I want to take a look here at the Day 1 convective outlook here. We actually do have an enhanced risk for severe weather across the area here in orange, showing that we do have a pretty decent chance of seeing severe weather for today across the areas here in yellow and green as well. So in terms of this, we actually do have a significant chance for tornadoes here across the area here in yellow. This does include bits of northern parts of Mississippi, as well as northern parts of Alabama, and basically central and eastern part of Tennessee into bits of, pretty much extreme southeastern part of Kentucky with that 10% normal risk here. But regardless, we are seeing a pretty large tornado threat for today across the region here. So, guys, that's basically what we're dealing with there. We actually do have a wind threat as well as a hail threat as well, but just pretty much from those lower areas. Now, if you guys do know anyone who's in the marginal, slight, or enhanced zone, make sure to let them know in terms of severe weather, or let them know that severe weather is on their way. And guys, just please be careful today, because we actually are, like I said, expecting some severe weather to occur, in which, we've already seen a few instances of severe weather. Let's go and take a look here at the reports from today so far. Let's go and go here to today's storm reports. Now, we have gotten pretty lucky in terms of things. Tornadoes, we have no tornado reports right now. 0 tornado reports. That's definitely something good. We have 0 tornado reports. In terms of damaging winds, we actually do have 19 wind reports for today. 19 damaging wind reports, as well as hail. We actually have a zero reports from hail and tornadoes today, which is definitely good news. This is definitely something you want to know. Definitely something you want to see, I should say. So we do not have any tornadoes or we don't have any tornadoes or hail threats as of right now. So let's go and take a look here back at the radar view. We're just currently dealing with 2 different severe thunderstorms currently moving its way through the region. I think this one's probably about to be canceled, considering the storm's literally out of the polygon, so it's probably out of the area right now, in which that's actually a good thing, so it's probably about to be canceled here in a second. Let's go see here. It does expire here at 4:15, so this expires here in about 6 minutes or so, but like I said, basically, since this is out of the way, it's probably going to be canceled here relatively soon. So that's good news. We're probably about to have just one severe thunderstorm here in a second. Then, of course, we do have this severe thunderstorm here across the southeastern part of Kentucky here, currently impacting bits of Barbersville, basically towards bits of Field, as well as bits of Helton. Kind of around this area here, we actually do have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect here until 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So we have about 20 minutes left on this one across the southeastern part of Kentucky. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts kind of being the main concern here, although a tornado is not expected here. So before, a couple of these warnings before, I was actually showing a tornado possible, but that is no longer the case here. So that's actually good. That's actually good news. So like I said, though, I do expect this, severe thunderstorm warning to be this severe thunderstorm warning to be canceled here relatively shortly, because take a look at this. The storm's really pretty much out of this polygon at the moment. So in terms of that, tornado is still possible according to this polygon, but like I said, it's literally going to be lifted here in about 5 minutes or so. So let's go and see. Yeah, until 4:15 p.m. Central Time. It is currently 4:10 p.m. Central Time at the moment. So about 5 minutes from now, this thing will be canceled. So that is basically what we're doing with there. And we actually do have a flash flood warning in effect across the northeastern part of Arkansas currently, across this region here. Things are definitely kind of kicking off here in terms of flooding. We're seeing a lot of excessive rainfall across bits of the Ohio Valley, tracking its way in through bits of the southeast. We're currently seeing a lot of flood watches. We actually do have some flood watches in effect. We'll actually take a look here at that in a second. But like I said, we're dealing with some flash flood warning in effect across bits of Success, bits of Noble, as well as bits of Delaplane, basically around this area here, showing that we are seeing some flooding due to thunderstorms occur across the region here. At 2:47 p.m., so this was a little bit ago, Doppler radar indicated a thunderstorm producing heavy rain across the Warren area. Between 1 and 2 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are still kind of expected across the region here. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. So this is a hazard flash flooding caused by thunderstorms, and the source is radar. So the radar has basically said, yeah, there's some rain falling across here. A lot of heavy rain has been falling across this region here. So these areas that are affected might actually see, they actually might see some flash flooding currently go across the region. So let's go and take a look here. We don't really have anything new on this. So like I said, the storm is completely out of the polygon at this point. I don't even know why they still have it up. This storm should definitely be canceled here relatively soon. So that's basically what we're dealing with there. So in terms of mesoscale discussion, it does look like we have another mesoscale discussion, number 11 for this year. So let's see. Severe threat for 20 watch 3, 4, and 5 continues. Summary: severe thunderstorm threat, including the potential for tornadoes, continues ahead at the outflow boundary from northeastern Mississippi across northern Alabama and through bits of middle Tennessee. Discussion: dispute the ambience of warm sector development. Basically, just thunderstorms firing ahead of the cold front. Basically, what this is saying. Most of this activity has failed to materialize. Yeah, this is actually true because this actually, like I said, we're not seeing a lot of we're not really seeing a lot of tornadoes like we were first expecting to see. And it says right here they have failed to materialize. Let's go see where I left off. Yeah, failed to materialize into supercells thus far. The only exception is part of northeastern moving supercells. Basically northeastward moving supercells. Basically, yeah. Maybe it'll remain intense for a little bit longer. So maybe just, maybe some instances later down the line we could still see maybe some tornadoes. But for the most part, this event has kind of busted in some ways. And that's honestly a good thing, though. So look at this. We actually do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This does include bits of Tennessee here. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Gills, near this area. So this is near Minor Hall, as well as bits of Stella, bits of Prospect, bits of Elkton. Around this area here, you actually do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is just now issued. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being the main threat. Tornado possible is also there. So take a look at this. It does look like we actually do have a little bit of rotation currently with the storm. We can actually take a look here right now. Across this area here in green, so the radar is to the east here. So green is basically showing that winds or air is moving its way towards the radar like this. And red is basically showing that winds are moving away from the radar. So we can ensure, kind of close together, we do have, this, winds moving towards the radar as well as away from the radar. So that's just pretty much showing that we can ensure that there probably is a little bit of rotation currently going on with the storm. Like I said, the National Weather Service did actually issue a tornado tag for this, saying that a tornado warning might actually be needed down the line, because right now it says tornadoes possible. And just know that, tornadoes can quickly develop from severe thunderstorms. Definitely a thing. So we currently have 3 severe thunderstorms currently out. We also have 1 flash flood warning. If you guys are just now joining us, welcome. Hope you guys are having a great New Year's. Happy New Year's to you guys out there. Hope you guys are doing great. So, like I said, we're probably going to see, this one actually showing some wind gusts. We actually had some wind reports here. A roof was blown off. We have a new tornado warning. I'll get to that in a second. A roof was blown off of an outdoor storage building, as well as a roof blown up. Yeah, same thing. We're seeing a roof blown off. Let's go and see here. So this is what I was telling you about. This was that tornado warning I was telling you about. This potential tornado warning. So they actually, looks like they just pulled the plug here. So for Stella, Prospect, as well as Elkton, you are now in a tornado warning. This is our first tornado warning here of the hour. So that's basically what we're seeing here in terms of this. This is a radar indicated threat, I believe. Yeah. So this basically shows at 4:14 p.m. This was just 1 minute ago whenever we were looking at this. So at 4:14 p.m., severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 11 miles south of Polsky, moving itself to the northeast at 50 miles per hour in terms of things. Hazard, tornado. Basically, source radar has indicated rotation. So basically, the radar just picked up rotation inside this thunderstorm, which we actually did observe there on the view there. Source radar has indicated rotation, like I said. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelters. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely across those regions here. This dangerous storm will be near Ardmore around 4:25 p.m. Central Times. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Ardmore, Elkton, and Prospect. These are the areas inside of this tornado warning. So, if you know anyone there, like I said, please let them know that they are under a tornado warning, and they should be seeking shelter. If you guys are anywhere here, this is for south central parts of Tennessee. Are inside of a tornado warning. This does include bits of Stella, Prospect, as well as Elkton, bits of Ardmore as well. Pretty much just south here of Frank Wing, I guess you can call that. Frankie Wing, I don't know, some weird names out here. But like I said, we are in that tornado warning. Look, there is a bit of rotation currently going on with this. So the radar is to the east, like I was saying. The radar is right here. This is right here is where the radar is at. This little circle. This right here is where the tornado warning is. This right here is where the rotation's at. So let's go ahead and close this real quick. So basically, like I was saying, is the green is showing basically areas of rotation. This is basically showing that this is rotating here. Due to red is basically showing that air is moving away from the radar. So remember, the radar is over this direction. So basically, this is showing that winds are moving away from the radar, and this is actually showing that winds are moving towards the radar. So relatively compact together is showing that we're actually seeing some rotation in terms of this. So we actually are currently seeing a bit of rotation currently on with this storm, and which we should continue monitoring quite closely because this is definitely rotating. This is a rotating thunderstorm. The rotation is pretty much just east of Stella now, pretty much just to the west of Prospect. That's currently where we are seeing this rotation. This thing is moving quite quickly too. Let's go and see. This thing's moving to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. So it does have pretty strong relative movement in regard to things. So we'll just continue looking at this over the next little bit here. It looks like we might have a little bit of something going on here. This could be something else, but I'm looking right here. This looks like there's some pretty strong winds moving its way towards the radar as well as maybe away, but I don't think that's anything to be concerned about for the most part. But like I said, guys, it does look like that severe thunderstorm warning was just now canceled near this area here, pretty much just south of Macon. This is now out of the region, like I was saying. This severe thunderstorm is generally out of the area right now, so there's nothing to worry about here. So, but that's pretty much what we're dealing with, guys. We just have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings out, as well as 1 tornado warning, which has just now been issued. If you guys are just now joining, welcome. Hope you guys are doing great. So, like I said, we do have this tornado warning that is now in effect for bits of Stella. The rotation is just to the east of Stella. Prospect is just to the west of it. So that's pretty much what it's moving its way towards the northeast at the moment, moving its way at 50 miles per hour. So, guys, we'll be right back here in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little break here real quick, but we'll keep an eye out on this. We'll keep an eye on this tornado warning here for a second, and I'll catch you all here in a second.
At this time, very minor accumulations are expected. Later in the week, a more substantial storm system may impact the region by Thursday and into Friday, bringing a round of wintry weather to the region. Spotter information statement. Spotters are encouraged to report any storm damage or flooding to the National Weather Service office in Louisville. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for the Bluegrass region of central Kentucky, including Lexington and surrounding areas. Tonight, showers and chance of thunderstorms until midnight, then chance of showers after midnight. Some thunderstorms may produce heavy rainfall until midnight. Lows in the lower 40s. Temperatures rising into the 50s after midnight. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation near 100%. Sunday, cloudy with a 20% chance of rain showers. Highs around 50. Temperatures falling into the 30s in the afternoon. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with chance of light freezing rain and snow showers. Lows in the lower 20s. North winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation 30%.
Alrighty, guys, so I am back here with the live stream. I just wanted to go ahead and tell you guys that I'm probably going to go ahead and end it for now because there's really not too much going on other than this tornado warning we just literally saw pop up. But, there's really not too much severe weather kind of going on. This event kind of did bust, which is kind of a good thing. But, if severe weather does continue to move its way down the line again, if we do actually get a little bit more, activity currently going on, I might go live again. But right now, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream. If you guys didn't like it, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as leave a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and start on today's video for you guys. And like I said, if you guys are new, consider subscribing. It'd be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach 150 subs.